alaikum, assalamu alaikum, salam alaikum, assalamu alaikum.
Go ahead and start sharing before we start.
African one, if you wanna be free, the most simplest one in the world.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
Get yourself the better with the music.
Hello, brother Tiangkir.
From the one of the most peaceful man.
Welcome aboard, Jongkor. Brother Charles.
So many lying down on the streets, whatever them we are coming at the ends. Get yourself the most free time and preach about freedom. Preach about freedom.
Hello, guy.
We're here to stop the war. We're here to speak the war. We're here to stop the war. We're here to speak the war. We're here to stop the war.
Better look on the street as a lesson, youth. Stop violence as a lesson. You have to listen and be a man. The music we are doing is not a music for fun. We are preaching, hear it loud and clear. Hey, night and day, you sleepy it out. Better preach, let the people hear. Better preach, let the blind feel. The sound of freedom and love. The sound of freedom and love. The sound of freedom and love. The sound of African one love. In the production. Ethiopia.
Salam alaikum,
Morocco.
assalamu alaikum,
Libya.
salam alaikum,
Tunisia.
assalamu alaikum,
Nigeria.
salam alaikum,
Niger.
assalamu alaikum,
South Sudan.
salam alaikum,
Sudan.
assalamu alaikum,
South Africa.
salam alaikum,
African one love.
assalamu alaikum,
African one love.
salam alaikum,
Let's tune out and be free.
assalamu alaikum,
United we stand.
salam
Divided we
alaikum,
fall.
assalamu alaikum, salam alaikum, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Hey nama kuntu, dear brothers and sisters, the followers of concerned citizen of South Sudan. We are live on June 29, 2018. It is right now 9 p.m. in Juba and 2 p.m. in New York time. And also it's 4 a.m. in Sydney and 11 p.m. in London. So I welcome you all to our program. It's good to have you again. This is Concerned Citizen of South Sudan live. We have a very pressing issues. We are going to talk a lot about it today. As you can see, our topic today, Declaration of Khartoum and implications. So please share the video with friends, with whoever you know, be there, because we want our message to get out there. People can understand what's going on. All right. Welcome on board one more time. برحب بكم مرة أخرى في Concerned Citizen of South Sudan. But first, before we start, I want to go back a little bit and talk about the broken promises. العهود المنكسرة اليوم. Let's go back a little bit. Some of you may be aware of the history of Sudan when we were one. One had happened when the SPLA was fighting for justice, liberty, and prosperity. And if you recall, I recall very well, I was in junior high that time during Aboja 1. When Dr. Ali Al-Haj said, I will mess up the movement of John Garang. So for Umazziq Harakat Garang. And they tried and tried and tried. And finally, they were able to do something. They were able to, partially, they were able to do it. And that's why we have more division in SPLA, delayed all the liberation movement from achieving the goal on that time. And you are all aware what I'm talking about here. But all of a sudden in 1997, as a student in high school, we did not have a television in our house. And I have to sneak to a neighbor and go and watch, some serious musassala, drama, Jerit al-Misa. Those of you who were in Khartoum, that's my favorite show actually, that I used to watch. But all of a sudden, the producer have to bring in a song. All of a sudden there was a song. The song said, Min al-Khurtum salam, minum durman tahiyya. And I was wondering, where is that salam they talking about? But a lot of things have been cooked so far on that time. Min al-Khurtum salam, minum durman tahiyya. It was a song of the days in 1997 before they signed Khartoum peace agreement with Dr. Young Mashar. I was wondering, but 6 months later, there was a Khartoum peace agreement. The reason I'm talking to you about this, and I did make a comment last week, that next invasion or Karen invasion, that's going to happen to South Sudan, is going to be worse than 1300 when Abdullah ibn Abi Sarh invaded Sudan in 1300 and he was able to come in with his arm, the one that they were holding sword, but we defeated them. The Nubian, they defeated them. They were not able, to invade Sudan. But finally what they did, they signed an agreement and they said, hey, we are brothers. We are not coming to harm you. What we wanted to do, we are looking for an opportunity. That's why they migrated from Arabian Peninsula to Northern Africa. Then the Nubian made a mistake and they signed an agreement called Ittifaqiyat al-Bughd. And that agreement actually, it was too bad. To Sudanese, Nubian, it was too bad. Because بموجب الاتفاقية, Sudan, we used to pay them 360 slave yearly. They will be sent to Egypt to work there. Some of them, they will go to Middle East to, somehow, some of them end up in Iran, some of them end up in Turkey. And that's why you see those, colors people around there. And some of them, of course, they have been killed. That was the mistake was made by Nubian that time. But they were the strongest kingdom ever in the Northern Africa. But because of graciousness, being Sudanese, right, we were able to accommodate those brothers to come and stay with us. And we signed a peace deal. And we were able to send some young, strong men every year to go and work for them. Yet, they still taking the ivory, they still taking the gold, they still taking a lot. This is the history of Sudan, my dear brothers and sisters. That's what had happened. The mistake that had been committed long time ago is still follow, up to date. Now, the reason I'm saying this, and the reason I talked to you about the Khartoum Agreement in 1997, which is end up with nowhere, it was a fake, there was nothing, because we know, as I mentioned yesterday in one of the show, that when we were in Khartoum, you'll be sleeping next door to the enemy, and tomorrow you will meet them at the school, and they will call you infidel, they will call you a rebel. It was a very, very, very difficult life. Now, I want to tell you something. Some people, they may disagree with me, they will say, oh, don't blame al-Bashir, don't blame the North. Of course, you are right, my dear brother and sister. We should not blame al-Bashir. We should not blame the North. All right? Because we were fighting for justice, liberty, and prosperity. Unfortunately, our brothers, the biggest brothers, they have lost the way. It's not just they have lost the way, because for their greediness, they want to fill their pocket and their stomach. They have forgotten what the fight was all about. And they chose their interests, and they forgot the interests of the people. So I'm not blaming Khartoum, but I'm just telling you the history that we've been to. Okay? I'm not blaming them. Whatever they are doing it for their own interest. They are smart enough to do this. Khartoum Peace Agreement did not go anywhere. For sure, the agreement that Lama Col signed did not go anywhere. Frankfurt Agreement did not go anywhere. Doha agreement that signed between Darfurian and Khartoum regime did not go anywhere. The public consultation of Blue Nile and Nuba Mountain, it didn't happen. The Abiy referendum, they rejected it. This is the same man that killed more than 300,000 Sudanese people from the region of Darfur. He's not interested in any peace. He's just there. Al-Bashir is there for his own interests. Of course, I should not blame him because we should blame our leaders. They have seen. One guy yesterday wrote on my messenger and he said, Jongkor, you should not blame Al-Bashir and you should not talk about the North. Our leaders, they are a graduate of Khartoum University. They are holding PhD. I was laughing. Of course, they are holding PhDs because they are a graduate of Khartoum University, whether they are Stanford or Harvard or, university. But if you don't know what you're doing, it doesn't matter what university you graduated from. It doesn't matter what high, education institution that you went to. It doesn't matter. That's why I require you to know exactly what's right for your people. So my dear brothers and sisters, as I mentioned to you, ما في حاجة حصل. 9 months with a cycle of negotiation between Addis and Nairobi, and nothing had happened. And all of a sudden, there we go to Khartoum. I don't know what magic President al-Bashir have used to those brothers, President Salva Kiir and Dr. Riek Machar. Of course, he did not use any magic, as we know of. What they did, they know their interests. And that's why they came up with an ideas. We won't be able to do this unless we have to divide you. The masterminded Salal goes, very smart. The guy have a U.S. citizen actually, and he was here in America for more than 20 years. And he knows what he's doing. He's the one actually build, the relationship between the United States with NCP, al-Inghaziyin, الذين قالوا سوف نمزق حركة جونغران. And they were able to do their part. And they continue to do their part. And they start singing. They sang the song that فيه ما كربنا في سبيل ديننا. They thought they were on the side of the God. But God actually knows who are those poor who needed help. لأن الرسول بولس بيقول إذا كان الله معنا فمن يكن علينا. So let them sing فيه ما كربنا في سبيل ديننا. At the end of the day, they were not able to make it because we have big brothers. They stood behind and they said, you know what? Those poor people, they deserve to be helped. And that's why the international community, the United States, they were the champion of CPA that signed in 2005 between the North and the South. Yet, our brothers, they have forgotten. A friend in need, a friend indeed, helped you yesterday. But for your own greedy, you chose not to be with that friend and you went too far, Asia. So you can fill your pocket. So no one can intimidate you. No one can cannot ask you. All right? There will be no editing whatsoever. There will be no system. And you can grab as much as you can. You can grab land, you can grab money, you can do whatever. And you can go and open big account in the capital of Kenya. Even the generals, the national security, the most powerful people in the country, they can open their account in a foreign bank. So Kenyan, they know a lot. They know South Sudanese are investing there. And that's why they have to keep all this pressure. They have to keep war going there. Because we have a guy that doesn't think. Doesn't think about his people. Doesn't think about the future. Doesn't know what he was fighting for 38 years. So why do they have to worry about? So I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not blaming Kenya. I'm not blaming Sudan. I'm not blaming Uganda. I'm not blaming nobody. I'm blaming our big brothers. They have forgot the values that they fought for. justice, liberty, and prosperity, and the national anthem of South Sudan. They have forgotten. They did it intentionally because of self-greedy, selfishness. I want everything for me. I fought for 21 years, 38 years. I want to be rich. I want to be a red carpet. I want to fly with the jet. I want to be a king. I want to wear hat, black hat, the symbol of that hate in the country. I wanted to be there. Let them do whatever they wanted to do. It doesn't matter. If it requires for the country to go to hell, let that country go to hell. It's my way or highway. They have to listen to me if they want. And then this country would go down tank, go down hell. And I don't care. And that's why they don't care. And they will continue not to care. But we, the people of South Sudan, we, the concerned citizen of South Sudan, you and me and others, we will never let this go. It doesn't matter. You see, there were a speculation. They said, actually al-Bashir is looking for his own interest. Like I said, in Khartoum declaration, we will be able to protect the oil field. And we want to drill more so we can export this oil and we can get cash. And you, Mr. the President, Salva Kiir, you will remain in power because I have told you for so long. If you listen to me, you will stay in power forever. Nothing, you'll be untouchable. Look, that's what al-Bashir is saying. I did a military coup in 1989 and I'm still president of Sudan up to date because I used such a strategy. I killed them, I jailed them, I corrupted them. I came up with a new project called the New Civilization, whatever you translate it. Mashru al-Hadari Jadid, Tamkeen, changing everything, changing institution. I did, and you should do though. But our brother though, he doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know. I kill people. This is what al-Bashir is saying. I kill them even in the middle of the holy month of Islam, Ramadan. 29 officers in the military, those who will attempt to make a military coup against me. I killed them. You got to be tough. You got to kill them. You got to jail them. You have to steal their wealth. You have to make them hungry so they can follow you, because there is a saying in Arabic, make your dog hungry and it will follow you. Jawa Kelbak. Ayat back. They did. Kir tried that strategy. And that's why you don't see any road. That's why you don't see any hospital. That's why you don't see any schools. That's why when you speak, you'll be shot at by unknown gunmen, which is none, the national security, the police, and some of those who want to live a decent life. They will go and rob in the middle of the night so they can have meal for the day. So my dear brothers and sisters, today, we are in a very, very, very press issue, Khartoum Declaration and implication. But guess what? 3 days ago, they signed that deal that the two guys, they will be in charge and they want to divide us, which is, I hear that, you know, they are backing up a little bit, but I don't know for sure. They want to divide us because when you divide them, you will be able to rule them. That's the strategy. Okay? And our brother, Young Machar, is happy actually with, you know, getting chunk of Upper Nile. Oh, I'll be apprehended. I'll be in charge of this. The budget will be under my hand. No worries. It doesn't matter if the enemy come into Northern Upper Nile and start drilling the oil, selling the oil. It's not a problem as long as I'm in charge. I'm okay. You see how things are going? You see, my dear brother, how things are going. But I want to tell you this. Despite all these things that they are doing, they don't have good faith. They don't. They will fight later. Maybe 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, they will fight. If they are lucky, if they manage not to fight, they're still going to fight after 2 years or 3 years when that interim period is end and there's an election in the country. And then if Salva Kiir said that I won the election, and then Dr. Riek Machar said, no, you rigged an election. Actually, I won the majority. You did not, but you rigged an election. And then now the leader will go and mobilize his people. And then the war erupted again. That's the next war is going to happen. But you know what? As a concerned citizen of South Sudan, that's why we are saying no, enough is enough. Please don't allow such thing to happen again, because we know the mentality of these two individuals. They are going to fight again. This is not true. They are not doing right thing. And that's why we have been calling for them not to get out of the politic life, but to step aside temporarily, at least 2 years, 3 years, and go and get ready with your campaign. Right? And we can have a neutral government, neutral person who is not going to run for any election. So it won't have any influence on the outcome of the election. That's how you do it. That's how you solve the problem. Because if you put those together again, these two guys together again, okay, they can manage the interim period. But when election comes, they will run for election, and then they will fight again over the result. And then South Sudanese people will die again. See, Ya Jama, that's how we see it. And we should not allow that to happen, because we have suffered enough. So that's the next war that's going to come. If we are not carefully. I know there is many camps in South Sudan. They have poisoned people, you know. People have to follow those. Some people are following government, following IO, following whatever, you know. They divide everybody. But I want you, my brothers and sisters, to come to your senses and realize that country is bigger than these two individuals. It's bigger than them. This country belongs to all of us. If they fail, there's a lot of smart South Sudanese will take care of this. That's what needed. We don't need to be a hostage. You don't need to be hostage to Kir. You don't need to be hostage to Riyak. You don't need to be hostage to nobody. You don't. We don't. And now, the North, brothers from North, they are taking this advantage. They are smiling widely. They are taking this advantage. Hey, let them kill themselves. Let them do whatever they want to do. But this is an opportunity for us now to grab as much as we can. So, I'm not going to take more time. I know we're going to speak a lot today. But let me go ahead and welcome all of you to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan today. And please bring your concern to the show. Go ahead and request that. I know I have guests today. I have Omar Ishaq of SSUF and Sunday Dijon. And also I do have Emmanuel Ajawin, the spokesperson of NDM, Dr. Lamakol. So please go ahead and send me your request. Let me go ahead and see. While I'm waiting for that, I will play a song for you, my dear brothers and sisters. So I'm waiting for Brother Omar Ishaq. I see your request, Brother Kuch. Mineneya.
Do you really know the pain I've done, born child? Did you know that dead will rise again? That'll be your choice to fight for your country. Decided by yourself. Fight for your country.
Omar Restak, I'm looking for you, brother. Send me a request. That'd be 10 Moyen Benaga, that'd be 10 Dambuku.
Asuma korelata umahatenina Alturuju min biyuti wa asa guiding figaba Yes masara malaika taki Figa kulu figaba Now we are to Rasul Barakat Then asawin asan bikun going Your blessings Going ufusu Asan bi ainu iya jomo Asuma korelata umahatenina Asuma, morelata y alcati. Asuma sota, como haten in a fijudo.
So Omar, if you are not there, actually I'm gonna move forward with others here because we cannot be away that longer.
Freedom is a given right. Every night women cry, bury their children until when and why do they got to die? Shots and fire, got to live life with lots of strides. Just as wise, without thinking wise. Mine is still the thing of class regions tribes. Power, money, goats, herds, and cows. But that block with the baba blocka. Nazmutu mala el shawara. Usugur salahana.
Okay, Stephen, go ahead and send me your request, please. Stephen, send me your request.
Prior to election, little children before puberty do. They Rugers do shoot. Ula hadi beten, galu bad salam, nas bogo nu bisalam, like you know Galo Kalamda, Kala Kadab, Kifaya ya Jamana, Hali al Mashaka Yala, Zama Mata Salam Jai, Zama Mata Salam Bat, the Zama Mata Termia, Mazama Mata Destruction, the Zama Mata Development, Mazama Mata Corruption, Lahadi beten, Salai Kun Muhammad, Lahadi beten, the Kun Muhansan, living in a failed state like an essay that need a lot of correction, reconciliation, patience, just
I'm gonna go for brother Edward. Look like the other people are not ready. Okay, it looked like Edward have issue or he declined. Let me go ahead here for next person. See that I have big requests here. I did send you a request, Edward, and it was declined. But I'm trying one more time. If you are not settled, it's okay. I can go for the next person. Let me go ahead and see here who is next online. Okay, but I'll go for this. All right. Let me do this. Bear with me. It'll be okay. Ah, tuj. Okay, Tuj, I'm calling you right now. It is okay.
Hey, Jongkor, how you doing?
Ahlan wa sahlan fi ya akhi Tuj. Welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan.
Man,
I know you say that you can see G10 is talking, huh?
yeah, G10 is talking. I saw you fire it up. Bring all that history.
So, of course, we have to talk about the history. History is very important, correct?
Yeah. So,
okay.
Okay. I saw you talking about history. In 1300, when Abdullah Bisarhe invaded Sudan, there was nothing called Sudan. This was Mamlakat al-Nuba. and the modern Sudan with its territory, it start 1820, 1825 when Muhammad Ali invaded Sudan to, for the gold and whatever. And at that time, the territory of Sudan, it was up to Sinnar and Kordofan. South Sudan was annexed to Sudan because of the movement in Europe. They want to stop slavery, and they find that those trade in slavery, they went deep in South, and in order to eliminate them, we need to join those southern border of the country to the authority of the Turkish, so they can combat the slavery trade. That's how South Sudan become part of Sudan. Barkazal was annexed to Sudan by Zubair Basha Rahma, and Equatoria at that time was called Wandokro. It was annexed by Samuel Baker, who came from Great Lakes. So let's go to the modern Sudan history. I'm coming.
We don't have disagreement in Sudan history, of course, because you did study Sudan history. I did as well. But what I'm trying to say, I wanted to make
I know that.
A contrast here, what had happened in the history, how those guys came and they invaded, and they brought about that agreement. The agreement
I'm coming to contrast.
To pay young men, 300.
I'm coming to
360.
I'm coming to the contrast. So Brother Jongkor, when you talk about Khartoum peace agreement, when you talk about all those stuff, at that time Sudan was one, but it started from July 9th, 2011. Everything they changed upside and down.
Yes, right there. Sudan was one, but we still have regimes, the same regime in charge, the same regime that declared Anna so for Umazziq Harakat
is not no.
Let me finish. And then the same person is in charge, the one that signed peace agreement 1997 with Dr. Riek Machar, the same that signed for sure the agreement with Dr. Lamakol and Frankfurt, the same guy that signed the Doha, the same guy that refused Mashura Shabi al Jabal Nubu and Gassana, the same guy that refused a BA referendum. So I'm not saying that is different, okay, but I'm trying to bring you what he has been doing and what he intends to do. That's why I brought that up.
And you need to understand this. When you become a citizen of another country, like from July 9th, 2011, and you would go and talk anything in what happened in Sudan is interfering in other country stuff, from political point of view. After July 9th, what happened is happened. Whether Omar Bashir is a bad leader, is left up to people of Sudan. يعني البشير الوكاب ده ما شاننا كجنوبيين، ده شان بتاع الشعب بتاعه في شمال السودان، ونحن بقينا جنوبيين. كل العهود والمواثيق اللي تم خرقها نهاية بتاعه جاء في سي بي اي جاء وقعوا وعملوا ريفرندوم وجربوا ينفصل full stop. We start a new chapter.
CPA is not implemented 100%. We still have Mashura Shabi was not done. You know that.
Well, at least the part concerning South Sudan. Now we are an independent country. So,
I want you to acknowledge that. No problem. Continue.
Okay, Laman Naji, and now how Umar Bashir took a role to host these two brothers, Riek Machar and Salva Kiir. Sudan, whether we like it or we don't like it, is a part of IGAD, which is Kenya, Uganda, Sudan, Ethiopia, and Somalia. These people are in charge to bring about peace in South Sudan. They have absolute right to participate in the peace of Sudan. Al-Bashir, Comrade Salva and Riek Machar, they never go there because we are going to our old brother Umar al-Bashir, but they are going to one of the country that members of IGAD, the same way they went to Ethiopia. That's how.
Correct.
Okay, that's how Khartoum.
But my point,
yes,
yeah, you're right. Khartoum is part of IGAD. Khartoum part of AU. I have no disagreement with that. But what is the link? Why they are linking the oil? Why they are linking oil with the issue of peace in South Sudan? Ethiopia didn't do that. Kenya didn't do that. Uganda didn't do that. Why are they linking? Why they are bringing up that? They need kind of financial, reward.
It's called financial
regarding regarding.
It's called financial
why they are
transition
bringing? Yes,
assistance. Financial transition assistance.
For what? Expired. That one expired. We
Okay.
pay them. I know that. We pay them.
Let
and
me talk
expired.
about.
Why now all of a sudden saying that, hey, we want you to pay what you have damaged in Idlib, the war that took place in Idlib. They want us to pay them. And they did not want to pay us what they have done in Mile 14 and what they have done in Karasan and what they have done in Kafikenje and all these years.
Okay.
We did not divide well even when we break away. Why do they need this now? And why they don't want to? Why do they want to bring their troops?
Let me talk.
If you believe that that's a sincere peace to come and protect the oil field, why? Yeah, go ahead.
So that's how the Sudan involved Bigafi Masaya Salam. Oil. طبعا ما يزول في سياسة عنده مصلحة بتاعه. من مصلحة الخرطوم to guarantee the flow of the oil, so they collect the transitional fees, so they're still collecting the transitional financial assistance, which Paganamom, who is the one signed that agreement, because they say that Sudan will lose 75% from the oil.
Expired.
No, not expired.
The one that Paganamom signed expired. You need to understand. Yeah. But yeah, they got what they need.
I talked to some engineers who are working in the oil field. At financial transition assistance, they are not yet. If the oil was in the same level of production before the war, they might expire in 3 years. But within 2 years, the war interrupt and everything stop. Naji le al proposal بتاع عمر البشير. الخرطوم من المصلحه بتاعه من المصلحه بتاع اي دوله انت بتعمل بيس. انا ذاته انا جونكور اذا عملت معه مفاوضات انا بنظر للمصلحه بتاعي من جونكور انا هلقى شنو؟ يا جونكور انا بعمل سلام يا اخوي لكن كده انت عمل ده وانا بعمل لك. That's how politics is. It's all about interest. That's how the relationship between the countries is all about interest. The same thing, you say Kenya have interest in South Sudan. South Sudan have interest in Kenya. مصالح متبادلة. So من مصلحة الخرطوم إنه to guarantee the flow of the oil, and it is the best interest of these two brothers, Riek Machar and Salva Kiir, to get a peace, because we as a South Sudanese we are tired of this war. And let me tell you, I'm very frank and very clear, even if the peace in South Sudan came from the devil, not from a God, we will accept it, because there is no bad peace and there is no good war. Peace is peace, war and war. So me, as to, I personally welcome and I stand 100% behind this peace agreement, because it will settle the differences among our people. The refugee will go back home. The sound of the gun will be silent. We need to accept this, Brother Jongkor, and we need to stop losing our people because of the bullet or because of the hunger or because all the impact are indirect impact of the war. That's the most important gain. It's a gain for all of us, people of South Sudan. When we sign this peace, it doesn't mean that we forget about those issues are hanging between Sudan and Northern Sudan, the issue of here, the issue of the border. But you address every problem in a separate form. You cannot bring up the problem of Abia or the problem of the border. No, we are follow the rules. We are follow the system, and this is a IGAD proposal, and this thing is within the control of the IGAD. عشان كده نحن لازم نفصل بين الحاجات. يعني علاقاتنا الما كويسه مع الخرطوم ده حاجه ثاني. وin the politics there is no permanent.
Okay. ممكن انا داير اديك question لانه انا بخليك انت اتكلمت في السيجمنت ده to move on to the segment. You are saying that this is the real peace, and my argument is I need a permanent peace, and I need a peace that will not lead us to another war. That's all the argument that I have been making. I have been talking about, advocating for good governing, democracy. إنه يكون في سلام الما بيكون فيه خروقات، سلام الما بيكون فيه رجوع لورا. Now you are saying that it's real peace. Dr. Yamuchari spoke about the ceasefire. President Kirgal said that I will not let you down. I will not let the region down. This morning, about 9 a.m., IO released a press statement saying that there was a violation of ceasefire already. Okay, today, 29 June of 2018, SPLA-IO position at Kenegiri in Kajukaji County came under heavily attack from Juba regime. Yet, what are you talking about? And not even, we didn't even 72 hours, and all of a sudden there is an attack, IO. عشان كده انا لما when we speak لما نتكلموا ما بنتكلم قال انا ما ضد سلام، احنا دايرين سلام الدائم، سلام اللي احنا كلنا بنقبل بعض، سلام ما بيكون فيه خروقات. That's what we are advocating for. Okay. Is this the salam that you are? Is this the salam that you're saying there? Go ahead.
You done? Hey, Jongkor.
Yeah.
أنا لما نمارس الاختلاف هنا بنمارس الاختلاف ما عشان انت جونكور انا ما اعرف انت سبورتر بتاع منو وانا سبورتر بتاع منو. We need a right thing happen to our country, and انت بكون you have a platform where you preach about the peace or about the way you want to see South Sudan. Okay, when we have a chance انه كل الحاجات الدايرين ده في جنوب السودان يجي يكون في سلام, why we don't push towards the peace? ما في زول بيحب حرب حتى لو في معسكر بتاع حركة شعبية في الحكومة أو حركة شعبية في المعارضة.
نعم.
We are all South Sudanese. If people of Ayo they are die Ayo, but before they become an Ayo, they are citizens of South Sudan.
Correct.
These are the army of tomorrow. If there is any foreign invasion, we will fight together, So it's a loss, whether to the government or whether to the IO. Okay, you talk about, President Kiir, Riek Machar to step aside and let the other people step up and take over. This will not happen in the society of South Sudan. Yes, this is right because these two guys, they have heavily majority people behind them. In politics, you work with the weight. In politics, you work who influential, who can bring the change. Now, this is give me an answer why Comrade Salfa flow to Addis Ababa, يمشي قابل مع ريك مachar في ظل وجود تعبان دينغاي كنائب بتاع Salva Kiir. The recipe of Taban never worked, and Machar is still a leader of Ayo, and Ayo they are effective whether in the outside or whether on the field. So to stabilize South Sudan, we need to stabilize the relationship between these two heavyweight leaders. That's how things are. You, Jongkor, if you go now, I want to bring about change. Nobody will listen to you. If I go, nobody want to listen to me. Whether in the Dinka community, whether in the Nuer community. That's how things are, and we need to behave according to how things are, and not to made an assumption which is not realistic or related to the reality. ريك مachar وسلفا كير الاثنين إذا حصل فيهم اتفاق، الاتفاق ده بينعكس على كل الجمهور بتاعهم وعلى كل القاعدة بتاعهم. Itasa it kalamta.
Good.
Ita it kalamta.
You make a point.
Now, what is your alternative? Alternative bitagda. Alternative bitagda is a Riek Machar was Salva-Kiir. You know, they failed South Sudan. All these things you say. What is your proposal? What is your suggestion to bring out us Sudanese from this mess? If you oppose,
good question. Good question. Actually, my argument is not from nothing. I didn't make argument from just empty baggage or something like that. I made my argument based on the experience that we have with these two brothers. They don't get along. They like to fight. They kill people. They corrupted the nation. And that's why I made that argument. And the worst thing, the worst thing, I say in the Gulta, we should just flow with the wind. Behave, but the way things are, the Gulta, that's the way that we go. But I, Jongkor, I have my own principle. I will not accept that. Then I know exactly what it takes for the country to be stable. First of all, the reason these two people cannot work together. Yes. Now, who can salam date mother? Why in Juba? Why Sakal Maba? A Jama Del. La manera gan Naguli step aside, we prefer the campaign betam, but then they can run for election. I don't say it from nothing because I know Kiir is going to be in charge, president. Riek is going to be vice president. And then the election, run. Kiir want to run for election. Riek want to run for election. And the result, I guarantee you, my brother, I'm saying this today, 29 of June of 2018. I guarantee you. لما الرزال يجي لما نتائج الانتخابات يطلع واحد منهم يقول election was rigged. واحد منهم يقول يا أخي election was rigged. And أنا عشان election day was rigged, I will not accept it. I will not. Okay? And then the war can break out again.
Okay. You done?
You know, I'm predicting this because I know the behaviors of our people. And that's what's going to happen. Like him, too. What you can offer. This is what we can offer. We can have a technocrat government, a neutral body. Zol la indu alaga ma SPLA wala ma indu alaga ma Riek wala indu alaga ma Kiir. Zol bas yamsik interim period. Lo interim period begal sana wahid يكون سنة واحد. لو قال سنتين يكون سنتين. من شروط بتاع الزول الماسك interim period, he will not run for election. This is my own opinion, you know, as a citizen, as someone who is concerned. الزول لا ما يجيب في أي انتخابات جاي خالص عشان ما يكون عنده any influence. Okay? ورياض مشار وكير they can prepare themselves and run. And then لما الرزال يطلع هناك ما في زول يقول يا أخي أنت يا سرقت الانتخابات. أنت يا كنت رئيس سرقت الانتخابات ولا أنت كنت نائب رئيس سرقت الانتخابات. Do you understand my point, my brother?
I'm following you. I'm following you. I just want to get your point. Okay. Let me tell you this. Yesterday, I had a long conversation with one of my brothers. He's from Nuer. I talk him in a private, you know. I tell him, hey, brother, why I want to know the magic of Riek Machar. Yeah, he said, yeah, I know all these arguments you made about Riek Machar, but tell me, because you are from Nuer, maybe you will know Riek Machar more than I do because I'm from Dinka. He tell me Riek Machar is a charismatic leader from his point of view. And he tells,
it's not assumption.
No,
I know somebody's going to complain in the election. No, my entire tweet, Malay. I know Kwan Malwal, this is not assumption, this is the reality, and it will happen, and you will see it. As long Kiir Machar are in charge, White Minimum will complain. Election was rigged, and then another Hartan. I'm sorry to continue.
Calm down, brother. So he said Riek Machar is a charismatic leader, and the first time he united Nuer, and the first time Nuer is stick behind one leader, and he's the only leader maybe from the Nuer who challenged the Dinka, and he got effect. That's why we stick with him. That's why you guys, if you bring Taban or bring who, and even you bring Peter Gorkwat, you know Peter Gorkwat, he used to be in Almeida Setafizal Ali. No one like Riek Machar. So
you mean Farouk Gorkwat or Peter Gorkwat? Peter
Gorkwat. He died. Rabbi Narhamo. He was a good guy. So
okay.
He tell me Hata Jibtu Taban or Jibtu Hamza Kapam Taban, we are for Riek Machar and we know he does that. If you need to understand something, you need to go behind the phenomenon. You need to understand why this thing happened. So with that being said, I'm gonna add another thing. And what is never revealed to the people, that Prime Minister of Ethiopia, he called Riek Machar and Salva Kiir, and he tell both of them, you guys need to step aside, and you, Riek Machar, go to your community and where, bring somebody in my age, and you, Salva Kiir, go into your community in Dinka, bring somebody in my age, let them do a peace agreement, and move this country forward and reconcile those two communities. The two guys refused. The two guys refused. That's why Salva was angry. Riek Machar is a polite, he's a politician, he's a diplomatic. He tried to hide his anger, but he wasn't happy about that. That's why these two guys, they went to Khartoum, and people are for certain, what, really, for real? These guys, they get along? They get along because what they found,
they don't want to get out of the way. Correct.
We are Riek Machar kade Salva Galo we are kalamita mara jital talamane darina barat Salva Kiir and Riek Machar, these two guys at this time they will work together in Juba because both of them they are threatened because there is a voice out there. They say, hey, you guys are troublemakers in South Sudan. You guys need to step aside. So there will be one who kept this peace, and they're the one who will be guiding South Sudanese towards better way in order to keep their leadership in South Sudan. This is good for us. Let them stay as long as there will be peace, as long as there will be nobody get killed. That's how it is.
They're gonna fight. Okay, thank you, Tuj. Thank you. The last word though, the last word. Do you think when these two individuals, Riek Machar, Salva Kiir, lead the interim period, at the end of it will end up with election? Do you think the election will be peaceful? There will be no problem there.
See this.
That's the last word for you.
From my perspective, Salva Kiir, as a pride, as a legacy, I don't think he's gonna run in after 3 years, but he wanna be. Let me finish.
Are you sure? Are you sure about this?
How old is he?
Are you sure about this?
He will not run after.
It doesn't matter. Can be 90.
That's my assumption. But he wanna exit the power. He don't wanna exit the power in a Jongkor way or in the Prime Minister of Ethiopia way. He wanna exit the power that Salva Kiir, he led his country up to the end of the transitional period, and he went for election. I think he will not contest. This is one. From Riek Machar's side.
Actually, Jongkor way.
Let me finish.
Jongkor way. Jongkor is the voice of citizens. Jongkor is like any other citizen in the country. And if the citizens are saying that this is not right, we need a right one, you should listen then.
What I mean your way is, these two guys again. From point of Dr. Riek Machar. Dr. Riek Machar, he still have ambitions that one day he will rule South Sudan. And he will keep this peace until the transition period. And he will try to unite it SPLM. And he will try to win the trust of the SPLM political bureau. And he will be representative the SPLM in the election of 2021. This is our assumption, and this is why I see it, how things are, based on what happened behind the closed door in Ethiopia. These two guys are not going anywhere.
In Khartoum.
But they want to...
Well...
Musharraf.
He's already messed.
That's how it is
but
in South
anyway,
Sudan. That's how it is, brother Jongkor.
لو كان زول داير يخرج خروج مشرف ما كان بيخلي الشعب يموت ما كان بيكون في حرب. Anyway, my brother, I really thank you.
أنا ما سألت زول about the magic of Riek Machar. My brother, a good friend I trust. He trusts me in where, and he tell me about this thing. So this guy, he's there. No matter you say tomorrow and after tomorrow, he's still a leader, and people are behind him. And politics is who got the most followers, who got the most people. It's all about, regardless if bad is good, is none of your business, as long as these people 100% behind him. And for South Sudan to be stable, the relationship between two communities, Dinka and Nuer, need to be stabilized. Now see what mess we are in. So anything came from Khartoum peace agreement and stable our country and let the refugees go home. and everybody do his own business without staying outside the country is good, and we need to support it, and we need to stand behind it. The value of our people is important than any chair, is important than any personal gain. That's my message for you. And thank you for having me, brother.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, brother Tuch. Was really good to have you. Yeah, we can disagree. We can agree to disagree. That's the nature of the politics. And what I want South Sudan to be stable, whether جاي من Khartoum or جاي من whatever. But نحن لازم كمان, as a young generation, we have to look on the future. We have to look what's coming next. We don't want, our children. Now we are suffering, and we don't want our children to suffer as well. As a war created by men. And actually, these are preventable. And that's why we keep talking. So anyway, I really, really appreciate you. Stick around if you wanted to jump back again later. You know what? I will let you in. Okay? Thank you, Tuch. All right, let me go back here. I don't know what happened to my guests. And I'm still waiting for them, see if they are available. And then I can bring them on board as well. So that was my brother, Tuch. Made his point right there. So, let me see who is next here. I don't know where these guys are. This is really... But anyway, I have more requests here than ever. I'm gonna go with this. Let me see. All right. My next guest here, Emmanuel Dijon. Emmanuel, I'm calling you right now. Yep. Emmanuel is adding up. Please go ahead and answer that. I'm calling you right now, Emmanuel Dijon. Sunday Dijon, or Sunday Emmanuel Dijon. The spokesperson of SSUF. So it looked like there's something wrong with your phone Sunday. Go ahead and refresh it. And then, yeah, I'll be waiting for you. Refresh it, and then we'll call you. Hopefully, then we'll move forward. I'm calling you right now. Charles, get ready, please. So some of those are in Khartoum. Maybe they have network issue, or as you know, there is a crackdown on, social media in Khartoum as well. That can be an issue with the guests that we have today. So bear with me, my dear brother and sister. And I want you, please share that video so the video can have its strength. Go ahead and share it. The 177 right now, go ahead and share that video as well. I'm calling you, Mayol. David Mayol, I'm calling you. Is running up. Hopefully we'll go forward. So it looks like there is some issue there. You are unable to answer. Maybe you're driving. Actually, I'm really interested in Kwan Malwal. I want to send me a request. Kwan Malwal, please send me a request.
Hey, my gun, can your boy young know? But I give it entertainment. A piece of record. I couldn't deal a gigawa life. But the time I would tell no lie. I couldn't deal a gigawa life. But the time I would tell no lie. Nelly, it's a bad time now. You're a banana, damn you. The day over day. And you're the piano.
Oye, el mufayad.
Teresa, I know.
What's
Because
going on?
do you بتاعي أنا ما أعرف الحاصل شنو لأنه they are online but their phone is not working for some reason. Some of them are in Khartoum. And it could be issue too. لأنه في crackdown في Khartoum في social media. I don't blame them. And هم المفروض يكونوا موجودين but I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah,
So
what they should do maybe like for instance for عمر أنا بشوف عمر ممكن أنت تطلع من الشو أو تطلع من فيسبوك وترجع ثاني عشان تعمل ريفرشمنت للتليفون بتاعك.
أنا ما شايفه نهائي. أنا ما شايفه أصلا نهائي.
أنا شايفه.
أنت شايف عمر وين؟
أنا شايفه. أنا شفت هسه عمر هنا هو كتب كلام هنا كتب لك كلام.
لكن
قال لي معلش يا جونكور قاعد أحاول من قبل بس الشبكة كعبة شديد في الخرطوم لأنه في غبار.
في غبار
في غبار يا حبوب داك خرطوم.
Well ما مشكلة خليه. I want him just keep trying brother Omar. I know it's gonna work. Meanwhile I'm gonna bring some guests نتفاخر مع بعض. The Khartoum Declaration زي ما أنت شفتوا هنا as the topic. So what do you think, Teresa?
Yeah. Yeah. تفضل. So first of all let me greet. وين الدوكيمنت بتاع I have my papers here.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so let me greet people of South Sudan, all the viewers, and also to greet you and for welcoming me again to your show as usual. Yeah. So Khartoum Declaration, agreement.
And implication.
Yes.
What are the implications in Khartoum Declaration actually? Because I do see there is a lot of implication, Teresa.
Yeah.
I do. So.
Yeah. So for instance, I just got in and I didn't hear what others actually spoke. What did they say and so on?
زول واحد بدي يتكلم توج.
توج okay. فممكن تديني summary بتاع توج طبعا نزول بتاع حكومة.
Of course, توج قال يا أخي دي حاجة كويس as long as رياض مشار and Kir are getting along and so we should not complain. لكن I made an argument to توج. أنا قلت له يا أخي. ما يتكلمت الموضوع بتاع 3 region لكن اتكلمنا انه موضوع حتى ولو في انتخابات جا بعدين. Okay, the reason احنا قاعد نقول يا اخي two leaders should step aside and allow technocrats government to take care of the interim period. لأن احنا عارفين if they هسه لو رجعوا جوبا if they did not fight for 2 months or 3 months or 6 months they are likely to fight at the end of the interim period. لأنه Kir as the president he's going to run for election. Riek as the vice president he wants to run for election. ولو في واحد منهم فاز في الانتخابات الثاني هيقول شنو election was rigged. And then at the end of the day we're gonna go back to cycle of violence and that's something that we don't want to happen. لأنه we have suffered enough. ونحن المفروض نفكر في المستقبل. نحن نعاين المستقبل. These two guys are predictable. The man has we cannot predict them. We know how they behave. We know how they react. وانت سمعت كلام اللي هو قال the reason مثلا Riek and Kir they rushed to this agreement لأنه Prime Minister of Ethiopia طبعا هو in our age. If he is not 38 or 39, it could be 40 or 41. قال لهم يا أخي انتوا جيبوا زول لكير جيب زول ياخذ في عمر بتاعي وقال لي من قبيله بتاعك جيب زول في عمر بتاعي and let them sign let them get along sign a peace deal وانتوا الاثنين step aside
Yeah.
قال كلام ده piece off كير piece him off so bad
Mm.
they one of the reasons خلاهم يمشي خرطوم and they rushed to agreement قال oh my brother you know what people try to get rid of us why you and me just let's do this so we can stay
Yeah.
but
Yes.
stay بتاع is it going to get long is it going to last that's the problem here لأن هنا we are not opposing any salam I am not opposing any salam what I'm opposing إنه مثلا الناس يمدوا سلام ويرجعوا ويضحكوا هاك بعض ويرجعوا يجيبوا بعد بكره يمشي شاكل زي ما انت سمعت صباح ده
نعم.
الساعه 9 صباحا
Mm.
في كاجي حكومه already violated the
That's
ceasefire
right.
and he started shooting
Yeah, in
shooting
Equatoria,
IO.
yes. Mm.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, you know. عشان كده انا قاعد نقول دايرين سلام دايم lasting peace سلام that to tackle the problem from the root cause.
Yeah.
ما سلام بس حش نضحكوا زي ما واحد من كردفان قال الناس دي الناس كجره قال الناس دي الناس كجره قالوا له ما زول اللي بيحلف ده بيقول توهم عليك بالتراب بيعمل كده توهم
Something
عليك
like
قال nothing is gonna be solved.
نما يجيبوا لهم خروف يقول ينطقين يبتقول.
Yes, that's right. You know they have to do. So it's crazy, Teresa. So اتفضلي.
Yeah. So well أنا جيت طبعا يا هو زي ما أنا جيت كنت داير أشاهد أول نشوف آراء بتاع الناس زي ما أنت.
No, you still have that opportunity
Yes.
actually at the end.
لكن أنا بس داير نقول شنو because the thing is what our people are always missing that is all.
People like your talk actually. You came in and now we have 200 people and I want them to share.
That's good. That's good. I think this was 140 something, but now it's going more, which is good. I just want to say that sometimes what our leaders are doing, you know, they're trying to do some kind of deal indoors or whatever without letting the public to know. You know, it's very important. يعني مهم جدا إنت تملك الناس معلومة. فإنت لما تعمل اتفاقية ما تفتكر إنه اتفاقية ده اللي جيت بس عشان حكومة. What about the people they were involved الكتلوم ولا الأمون حاجات ده they should know what is going on. عشان tomorrow the same thing shouldn't happen again. You know, يعني shouldn't happen again. يعني they will be aware. They will have knowledge of what's going on. Even they will have a good debate. And this will encourage them to have such kind of love or forgiveness. يفتحوا صفحة جديد.
Now,
there is always like I don't want to say it always, but there is also misunderstanding going on. مع ناس تانيين ما بيعرف ناس قالوا اتفاقية وقعوا خلاص ده السلام أخير وشنو لكن ده شنو وقعوا هناك زي ما أنا شرحت يوم هذاك في شو بتاع my brother حكيم ده شنو هسه وقعوا هناك ده إعلان بتاع مبادئ is a principle يعني زي المرة اللي فاتت لقيت ملاحظ لما كان الحلفاء أو التحالف مع بعض من حتى كان أيو في أديس كان قبل فترة هم كان دخلوا بأجندة واحد صح بمبادئ واحد بين الزيتين كله لكن هسه حاجة اللي حصل ده شنو ده إضافة لمبادئ عشان الناس بعد كده يبدأوا في discussion deep discussion يعني زي ما بقول إنه الشيطان دائما حيكون في التفاصيل الحصل هو طبعا ده إعلان إطاري اللي هو وقف إطلاق النار ناس منو يا وقع فوقه who actually signed on that agreement you know إنت كده نبدأ أول ناس منو مدى في اتفاقية ده أو في agreement ده اللي هو actually principle أو مبادئ ده كنا إن ده ناس منو اللي كان وقع فوقه ده هنا بوري قال الناس اللي وقع فوقه ده أنا أجي لك بالعربي تجيبه كمان فوقه
no problem yeah you can continue
ناس اللي وقع فوقه ده الممثلين تتحالف تقوى المعارضة اللي هو ناس منو ناس alliance اللي هو بينادمون SSOA يلا there is also the political detainees former political detainees بعد ذلك يلا فوقه ممثلين تاع أحزاب الأخرى you know the other parties يعني زي في أحزاب تانيين طبعا they are also part of the government هم لسه هنا في داخل الحكومة يعني حزب تاع ناس إليا لومورو وفي أحزاب تاع ناس منو هناك برضو حزب الشيوعي الجنوبي وإلى آخره هم برضو they are part of this thing بعد ذاك منو تاني اللي هو guarantee هو الرئيس عمر البشير هو كمان مدى وكمان there is also those who actually signed as a witness umon igad wa tureka they are ناس الوقع
So,
yeah
Teresa, maybe can I wait for you later? لأن الجماعة دي كلهم
هسه
موجودين
هم ظهروا
ثلاثة كلهم ظهروا
لا ما
right?
في مشكلة you can
So
bring me later
so
let them come forward
yeah,
I have no
I can
problem
bring you later.
نعم
I'm gonna go ahead for Emmanuel Ajawin right now.
yes
أنا
I have
شايف
seen
Sunday
him yeah I
موجود
have
وأنا
seen
شايف
Emmanuel
Sunday.
Ajawin as well yes I have seen him
Yes.
please invite
So
them yeah
okay. So I'll bring you later, my
no
sister.
worries
Just
yeah
hold.
God bless you
Okay. Let me go ahead there. Emmanuel Ajawin, I'm calling you right now, the spokesperson at NDM. Hopefully it will work, and I know that it's going to work. Let's get this thing done. It's adding up. Go ahead and answer, Manuel. I'm calling you Emmanuel. Manuel Ajawin. It's keep adding up. Hopefully it will do it. So let's be patient here. I want to remind our viewers again, today we are discussing Khartoum Declaration and Implication. So, Emmanuel, unfortunately, maybe refresh the phone. Go ahead and refresh it, and I believe it's going to work. Go ahead and refresh it. Just go ahead and refresh it now. Trying it again. Calling you, Emmanuel. I don't understand what's going on with the network there. So it just keep adding up. So Emmanuel, go ahead and exit and refresh your phone. It might work. Attilio, you can send me a request as well and see how it works. Lino, I'm calling you now. Yep. Lino.
What's up, man?
How are you, my dear brother?
I'm okay, and you?
I am doing great. Welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan. As you know,
You're looking good.
you too. And you can just move the camera up so I can. Okay, that now we can see you very well.
That good enough?
Lino Almaroof Lagab Nyamurinyang. Welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan, brother Lino from Salt Lake City, right there. Intersimit our discussion today topic Khartoum Declaration and Implication. What is your insight? The floor is yours, Lino.
Well, Jongkor, I don't know. I said to some of my friends, I said this is a big surprise. I mean, we have spent so much time chasing after peace, You know, so many people all over the world wishing and praying for us so that we can have peace. And we sent people to Addis Ababa for so many months, and they couldn't get it. And then when this small plan was hatched to get Bashir to bring these two brothers together, and voila, what do? We get a very surprise result, right? And everybody is probably thinking like, what's going on in Khartoum? Why is it any different? Why is Khartoum so easy to make peace? And why did the people in, Addis Ababa fail? We do have a lot of people who are so expert in crisis resolution, and they have contributed so much, but yet they could not crack, the issue. But here in Khartoum, we get a very big surprise.
Now,
So it begs the question that, is it real? I mean, it looks too good to be true, right?
now,
I mean, how can people achieve such a monumental uh, result in just 1.5 days or in 2 days? So you begin to wonder
yes,
what's different that they didn't do in Addis Ababa. I mean, just take the whole IGAD. We have the whole regional group with all, the committees and Troika helping on the side, UN people helping on the side, providing their advice.
correct.
Yet we did not do. And Bashir single-handedly, did something in Khartoum. And sometimes we begin to, did he work a miracle? Is that a miracle or is something? So you wonder. But of course, a result is a result. And if he did a good job and he really made these people to look squarely into each other's face and say, we cannot be the obstacle to peace for our people, and make these two brothers understand that a lot of people are depending on their agreement, that they have to put their personal things on the side and look, more, in a bigger picture, in a broader way, and say, okay, let's make peace. Maybe that is possible. Maybe they really came into their senses. Maybe Salva Kiir,
If they are really come to their
maybe
senses,
they are beginning to become honest. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they have become honest. They have become some people who
if that's the
value.
case,
Yeah,
Lino,
yeah.
if that is the case, and then why the government have attacked this morning, 9 a.m. South Sudan local time? Why do they have to attack our opposition in KGKG area? Why? If they are really genuine, and if they intend in good faith that they want to bring peace to the people of South Sudan, why continuing and they have already declared the ceasefire? Why?
There's so many surprises, and just as I told you, this uh, short time that they had in Khartoum is just as a surprise to anybody. You can never really know what's going on. So what I'm just saying is that, the Khartoum declaration looks too good to be true, and sometimes even you might not even really uh, believe in it. You might not even believe it is really happening, and it gives you a lot of doubt. You doubt a lot. Is this really something that is genuine? I mean, can you cook something that has got so much, at stake in just one day? Can you get all the players, all the opposition people, all the groups, all the people that have been trying to make peace? Can you get them just in 1.5 days to agree and make peace? Sometimes then you start to say, no, it doesn't really look so. It's not that easy. And so to me, personally, I'm not going to say as a general perception, but just on my personal view, I just doubt a lot because it's a fake thing. Why? Because it's too quick. There's so many things need to be, assessed. A lot of things need to be looked at. The things that,
Not only that, Lino, because
yeah,
it's too quick, and plus, why the issue of oil is involved here? Why do they have to propose that we are going to protect, the oil field? If the country is going to be able, based on the peace agreement that they have signed, and then South Sudanese, they are capable of protecting their own territory. Wouldn't you wonder what's going on here behind the scene?
of course, there are so many things without, being so clear to the public. There are things that we don't know. And just as we don't know how the magic worked in Khartoum, we don't know what are the things that are implied in this agreement. And we see, of course, you know, the things that are tabulated are too quick and are not too detailed, and we don't even understand. So it looks like as if this is something that was rushed, with a plan to get, something quick, because there is also sanctions hanging over the head of South Sudan, and the end of the month is coming,
Okay.
and maybe there is something they just say, you know what, if you want to keep the sanctions away from being imposed, let's just agree on something. Let's fake something up.
Mm.
Let's cook something and make it believable. Let the world know that we are working, even though we are not really doing anything, right?
I see.
And that's probably how these things come, because they wanted to avoid the sanctions to be imposed because they have a deadline. I mean, they have had already a warning that if you don't get a resolution to this crisis by the end of this month, the sanctions are going to kick in, and so there is that shadow over the head of South Sudan, and
Yes.
so maybe that's something that moved Kir, to just say let's sign something,
Okay.
and of course we don't know. And then the other thing is, Bashir is also trying to, elevate himself. He has been in the shadows for so long, and he's been a rock. I mean, the ICC is having a lot of problems on him,
Yes.
and has been marked as a rock and a dictator, and so he has been out of the picture of the international affairs, just like most dictators, but this has been something that he can see as an opportunity to bring, himself maybe to become a player. Maybe people can see that he is not such a bad person after all.
Mm.
He can play a good role.
You want to
And so,
correct his path.
yeah,
Well,
he's looking also to try to raise his profile, in the world, so that people will begin to say, oh, Umar al-Bashir is not a bad guy. He's not a rogue. He has, a good heart, and he had other people's, uh, good intentions in heart. And see, he's working out things, and he had cracked out a shell that, people in Ethiopia could not do. So that's the thing. And then that's another one. The other thing, of course, the economic situation in South Sudan and in the north is really very deplorable.
mm-hmm.
The economic situation is bad, and Kir is desperate to have the oil, go pumping. And if we can get peace, then the oil production will go, and that will boost the economy. The same is in the north. Bashir is also dependent on the oil revenues, the lease of the pipeline that we are leasing in northern Sudan, or in Sudan, gets revenue to South, to Bashir. And he is also desperate to have that because, it's part of their GDP. So he
Correct.
is also trying to make sure that, the oil has to go, the oil has to, to,
To
to come
flow.
pump, so that he can get his rent, from South Sudan, and that helps his economy too. So there are other things, but then other things that you also begin to know is why are there so many doubts even within the opposition circles? There are so many people who are really beginning to ask questions. Have they had time to really make a good review of this agreement, of this declaration? As somebody has already, like Teresa said, has they I mean, have they had the time to give the public, to review, the terms of this agreement? Has it been given to the public to review? And if the public has not reviewed, it means, it's something that is either forced on the people, and the people who are doing it,
It's about
Bashir,
them.
Kir, yeah, Bashir, Kir, and Riak are just trying to say, you know what? We are the big players. We don't worry about the small guys. The common man doesn't really factor in this. We can do this. And it is, in one way, a way of saying, you don't matter. And what we do and what we think is what matters, is what we do goes. And we don't need your approval. And of course, you will hear a lot from other circles, like on the opposition side, on the civil society side, that also need to have at least a way. They need to have a say in how things are going to work.
Okay. Thank you, Lino.
Yeah, and these are just the few things that I wanted to say. But of course, it is too early, to pass a judgment on this Khartoum declaration. But there's a lot of doubts that are going, and we need to be
Doubt
so
plus the
sharp.
history also. Plus the history, we have witnessed so many things with Khartoum over and over again. So nothing is new here to us. We grew up there. We know exactly how Khartoum thinks and how they want to conduct business with the South Sudanese. We know very well. So, Lino, I'm sorry, my brother, I have a lot of people online here, and I have my three
Go
guests.
ahead. Thank you.
They're already there. Thank you for coming on. Please stick around. We might bring you back again later. Thank you so much.
You go.
Thank you. I'm gonna try you, Emmanuel, this time. Hopefully it will work. Here we go.
Hello.
Emmanuel Ajawin, the spokesperson of NDM, Dr. Lamakol. Welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan, sir.
Can you hear me, Jongkor?
Yeah, I can hear you very well. Now I can hear you, yes. Faddal, brother. So, زي ما انت شفت اليوم our topic, it talk about
Can you hear me?
Khartoum. Yeah, I hear you. You are loud and clear. You are loud.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you very well. You're good.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you. You're good.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for having invited me. And I think I've been having difficulties with
Internet.
my internet communication, so I came to Starbucks to talk to you.
Good.
It's not perfect, but I think I can try my best. Also, let me greet our audience. I think we have a very large audience today. It also shows the gravity and the importance of the topic under the discussion.
Correct.
But also, let me say that I'm not here today speaking on behalf of NDM. I'm just speaking as Emmanuel. I don't want to be involved into the bureaucracy of parties, so I want to speak as free as I can. Because the topic is hot, and I think it deserves all the attention. I think also يعني في البداية أفكر في سوء التفاهم بما حصل في الخرطوم في الأيام اللي فاتت. ومباري أنا سمعت كلام ناس كتار بيتكلموا بأنه اللي حصل في الخرطوم هي إعلان مبادئ. Okay, that what took place in Khartoum is what we call the Declaration of Principles.
Yes.
This is not true. Okay, what happened in Khartoum is not a declaration of principle. In Arabic, they said إعلان خرطوم لاتفاق.
Yes.
Okay, إعلان خرطوم لاتفاق بين أطراف النزاع في جنوب السودان. So what you have, it is an agreement. Now, of course, legally speaking, you cannot have an agreement before you have a comprehensive agreement on the outstanding issues that were involved.
Yes.
Okay. I was involved in the revitalization
Yes.
5 outstanding issues الموجودة في الملف بتاع الأمن، وعندك 5 كمان نقاط بتاع الاختلاف في الايشو بتاع الجفرنس. ده الموجود. اوكي. في المحادثات الاخير الناس فشلوا بانه يوصلوا للحل، فقام قالوا خلاص we'll continue from there. عشان كده جاء تحويل الملف للخرطوم، لانه اصلا اثيوبيا هم فقدوا طبعا they're no longer the chairperson of IGAD. Now the IGAD countries have to decide who's the next chair, and in this way is Kenya, but Kenya has not yet been confirmed. So within the transitional period, they thought let's go and do it in Khartoum. Okay. I haven't come to the agreement yet, but let me try to clarify these issues. They're very important for
Correct.
our audience to understand. The calling of Dr. Riek and Salva to meet, okay, in Addis Ababa the first time, it was a surprise to all of us because Salva Kiir had a delegation that was led by Nial, Mokwei, and Martin Elia. Riek has a delegation there, and others were involved in the peace talks. We had an impasse on the discussion. Okay. Now we were surprised that now they're calling for a face-to-face meeting between Kiir and Riek. So we are wondering, where does this come from? Okay. But the genesis of it was actually a misconception that what happened in Kenya between Uhuru and Kenyatta could be replicated in South Sudan without understanding the dynamics
Of the
and
problem.
the political and the social aspect of the makeup of South Sudan. Okay? You cannot confine the crisis in the country to Riek and Salva. Okay? Yes, it is Riek and Salva who started the problem in the country. But the solution has gone beyond their hands. It is all of us in South Sudan, the political parties, the opposition, that have the right to be involved. Okay? فما ممكن الاتفاق وحل السلام الدائم في جنوب السودان يكون مركز بس تركيزه في النفرين ديل رياق وسلفا. اوكي. الاحداث في البلد تجاوز النفرين. اوكي. لا بد من يكون بانه في سلام وفي محادثات شامله يجمع كل الاطراف وكل الطيف السياسي الموجود في البلاد. اوكي. That is just an introduction. Now coming to what has been signed. Okay. There are two things also that one thing we need to clarify. في ناس بيتكلموا عن الاغاليم الثلاثه وما ادراك ما اغاليم الثلاثه. ده اللي كان في الورق اللي اتسرب قبل الاتفاق بتاع الاعلان الخرطوم الماضي يوم 8 اول امبارح. Okay. This thing did not really reflect itself in the agreement that was signed a couple of days ago. Okay. ده ما موجود، فانا ما هخش في النقاش لانه بقى جزء ما بقى جزء من الاتفاق. ده ما حاجه ما اتفقوا عليها. كان حاجه مكتوبه اتسربت وانتهت كده. ونتمنى تتاح الدفن. ننظر الى الخرطوم، شنو جديد في الى الخرطوم؟ اوكي. الى الخرطوم بند الاول بيتكلم عن وقف اطلاق النار شامل ودايم. شفتها بقول لك يتم الاعلان عن وقف دايم لاطلاق النار في كل انحاء جنوب السودان. ده البند الاول بتاعه. اوكي. المشكله هنا بانه انت ما بتقدر تعلن وقف اطلاق نار شامل ودايم قبل ما تعمل اتفاق. Legally speaking is wrong. Ceasefire.
Now, the voice, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Emmanuel فقدنا الصوت وما قاعد نسمعه. Let's try one more time. Yeah, Emmanuel, go ahead and refresh that. مشكلة والله. But it will be okay. Emmanuel, try to send me another refresh. Camera batak is off. We are trying to get Emmanuel back, Jamal. Just be patient with me. We'll be there very soon. Aywa. Oh. Calling you now, Emmanuel. Go ahead and answer. It's adding up. Hopefully you are in the right spot. Manuel, I'm calling you.
وفي كل لحظة برسل لك تحيات شوق وحب ويام وتغشى كل دعوة راجع نازلة عليك برد السلام سلام معاك أصل الفرح فرحين ندم جمعنا بالغرام
معلش.
Hello, Jongkor. I'm back. I think my net is not good.
Yeah, it looked like. But go ahead. Yeah, introduction.
Yeah, I was playing it. Let me finish. Let me finish quickly.
Okay.
The second point, yeah, النقطة الأول, which is the first point, it talks about comprehensive ceasefire.
Yes.
You cannot have comprehensive ceasefire without having a proper, complete agreement on all the outstanding issues. فدي بتشوف بإنه الإعلان ده عملوها باستعجال. Okay. تيجي للنقطة الثانية والثالث بتكلم عن إطلاق كل الأسيين. بتكلم عن فض الاشتباك وكده. ده ما مهم. لكن أهم حاجة شنو؟ أهم حاجة ده الفقرة الخامس. أوكي؟ الفقرة الخامس هي بتتكلم بإنه يتم إدخال الترتيبات الأمنية للحماية مناطق البترول. أوكي؟ في اوكي في حاجه اجرائي فيه بانه ونحن بنتكلم عن المحادثات السلام اوكي وريفيتاليزيشن of the peace agreement. What brings the economical equation بتاع الاويل؟
Good question.
Okay. The economical equation بتاع الاويل مفروض يكون is a bilateral agreement بين حكومه الجنوب وحكومه السودان. ده ما عدد له يحطوها في الملف بتاع السلام ابدا ما موجود مكانه. لكن الهدف هنا الموجود اوكي the main objective of this اوكي بانه خرطوم السودان want to continue having the oil بتاع South Sudan so that it could inject into its economy which is in dire situation. الاقتصاد السودان متدهور جدا. هم دايرين قروش. Okay, and don't forget the election is coming in 2020 I think in Khartoum. Okay, the government need money, people are frustrated, الناس بتزمرت في الشوارع. Okay, هم دايرين انه they need money to run for this election and to also calm people down at any cost. Okay, and I think this is the main reason why the so-called إعلان خرطوم الاتفاق بين الأطراف النزاع في جنوب السودان مضوا. Okay, المعارضة الجنوبية أفتكر الليلة هم عملوا بيان. Okay, وضعوا بأنه حصل شنو؟ they are not going to sign it. Okay, لكن قاموا مضوا معناه ظاهر بأنه في طرق غير قانونية ضغوط واستعملت في الخرطوم. Okay, that forced people to sign. Now ده خليها ده حاجة تانية كوم. الاتفاق أصلاً ما ممكن ونحن في حاجات outstanding. الليل في الخرطوم مفروض الجولة الرسمية بتاع discussing the outstanding issues الخمسة في security sector and خمسة في governance to be discussed لحد يوم 10 of July. Okay, انت now you have اتفاق اوكي اثره هيكون شنو للمحادثات اوكي فرضنا محادثات استمر وما في اتفاق شنو هيحصل الديلان خرطوم ده ما هيزغط هيفشل مش فانا في رايي اتفاق ده يعني دي حاجه مستعجله وكان ما لها لزوم كان الاتفاق ده ينتظر بعد لعد ما الناس الاطراف اللي في النزاع يهيبوا الحل وبعد كده يتفقوا بين يعملوا شنو لكن اتفاق ده يعني to me it's not really worth the ink it's not worth the ink and the paper that's written on it okay الاتفاقيه بين الجنوب مش ما نساوي اتفاقيات
نعم
اتفاقيه 2016 نظرت له with a comprehensive agreement okay لكن what is lacking in the country is the political will to implement
yes
okay نيجي للحكومه does الحكومه has the political will to implement of course not يعني انت الرئيس بمضى اتفاق ما كل مكيي يقول لك حديث ثاني اخرى في جوبا اوكي معناه بوريك النوايا بتاع الناس اوكي وهو عندنا زمان في المطالة في قصيده بقول بانه
خليك من ده
خطا من ظن بينه خطا من ظن بينه للصالب ودينه اوكي فكير we know him very well okay that he will not implement any agreement thank you Jongkor this is in summary
خليك من ده يا ايمانويل It's not too long ago صباح اليوم بتوقيت بتاع جنوب السودان الساعة 9 في خروقات already في violation بتاع ceasefire already لأنه حكومة عملت attack ل IO so that's give you a big indication in Nazil Aslum they are not after peace you know they just is a show up and it's just a makeup from nothing لأنه عملوا attack ل IO this morning so why would you attack somebody you signed deal which الكلام ده هيكون في ceasefire وما أدراك وما زال سؤال أنا داير أسألك بو يا إيمانويل I know today you don't want to speak as an NDM you know person you want to speak as Emmanuel كشخص لو افترضنا يا لأن الخرطوم ده نجح do you think these two individuals they are going to get along في Juba again and would you think also إنه مع نهاية الفترة الانتقالية ولما يكون في انتخابات يكون في أداء سكاني يكون في انتخابات do you think one of them is going to accept the result لأن what I've seen here كل دول he want to cling to the power he want to maintain power and he want to go for election don't you see here we are going likely to have another war coming after the interim period
No. Jongkor, them are the low genius. Them are the low genius. كله. ولا the low نبي ذاته.
yeah
Okay. them are the low نبي عشان النبأ. Okay. أيزول عنده قدرة لتحليل السياسي البسيط. Okay. هو عارف بإنه سلفا ورياك وصلوا بإنه هم ما بقدر يشتغلوا. وقالوا سلفا قالوا للرئيس الإثيوبي قالوا يا رئيس أنا ما أقدر أشتغل مع رياك ثاني.
نعم.
الجديد شنو؟ Okay. عشان كده قلنا بانه ناس ذيل لو مشوا جوبا الناس هيتشاكلوا ثاني في جوبا اوكي والمواطنين للاسف هيموتوا هيتضرروا هم اوكي they will fight again that's why we said what we need in the country is to have a government of technocrats all of us the politicians we step aside we bring the technocrats who are specialized in all the areas okay to build the economy of the country that has been destroyed by the war okay Riek and Kir cannot work together. Okay? Riek, if they go back to Juba today, nas hayamudu min في Juba. Mama kwe galo قبل كده بينو المواطنين في Juba قالوا رياق لو جو ومن هيهاجروا من Juba. Okay? فرضنا يعني ما ممكن نفس الكلام كوي يعني زي ما بتقولوا ما يمسكونا سكاري وما يقولون. Okay? أنا أقدر أقول منو كوي سكران لكن ده كلام يعني ما ممكن تصدق كلامه كوي. Okay? But this is also has reality. شفتها؟ بينو فعلا people can fight. You know, في Juba. عشان كده I'm not really optimistic as Emmanuel, having studied the situation with البلد and having understand the political dimension that is happening in the country, that الإعلان ده بتاع خرطوم ده هيجيب اتفاقية شامل. Okay? في ملفات كثيرة ما ناقشوها وما ناس وصلوا لها. Okay? وده ما حاجة بتاع الليلة ولا بكرة. ده لو الناس يقولوا تهب والصيغة ما موجودة جونكور. المشكلة بتاعنا مش عدم الاتفاقيات. Okay, it's not because we lack good agreements. Okay, 2015 agreement was good, but what is lacking is actually the political will to implement it. Okay, Riago Selfa, they are the same people. Okay, Einstein, girl, what is the definition of stupidity? Definition of stupidity is to repeat the same thing and expecting different results all the
Over and
time.
over again.
Okay? 2013 شاكله 2016
Shackle.
شاكله. Do you think now what will be different? ما هيشاكلوا تاني. Okay? So هنا ناس ما يكونوا very excited بانه في اعلان وكده. حتى يعني جيب مبارك الامام كان عندهم الجلسه on South Sudan. Okay? The Assistant Secretary General for the peacekeeping. Okay? When she was addressing the UN Security Council, she was very cautious. اللي بيسموها المرة بيسموها بنتو كيتا. Okay? قالت شنو؟ قالت بانه people has to be cautious. لانه قبل كده شفناه المسرح هذا شفناه قبل كده وانتهى. Okay? طلع فيلم هندي. You know? So she's saying we have to really take this with a pinch of salt. We cannot also confine the discussions with the peace talk with البلد كلها للنفرين ده رياض وسلفة. جنوب ما حقهم براهم. Okay? في ناس تانيين موجودين في البلد. Yeah. So to answer you in short, ما في سلام وما في استقرار هيكون في الجنوب برأيي أنا كشخص. Okay? بين رياض وسلفة. Take it from me.
Yes. So with that, Anna, I will give you the last word. But what do you think would be the solution? Like before I want to talk about excitement. And actually, that excitement that I have seen, Government President Kiir and Riek Machar meeting in Addis Ababa, I've seen some who are the supporters of Bio and the government supporters. They were so excited. You know, I will maybe make a cancel. They are excited like a decent woman wearing a dress without a bra. That's the way I would put it. You know, they were to maximum, yeah. But it looked like the thing are still gonna go to square one. So, in your own opinion, what would you think would be the solution? Yeah, side, sectors of government, and all these things. In your own opinion, as Emmanuel, what would you think? Government
أيوة السولوشن السولوشن شنو؟ أنا في رأيي مشكلة الجنوبيين هنا واحد قال إنها زي ميلاندروس ما أعرف لو في جيل هنا موجود جيل ميلاندروس حاجة كده كان كوباية في الكوباية دول بتاع الوجابطن وفور بسرعة كده بنزل you know so الجنوبيين are like that you know they get excited زي ميلاندروس وبنزلوا بعد شوية شفتها for what I'm trying to say on a serious note نحن we have to agree and accept بأنه revitalization الرقعة بتاع السلام ده this patching of the peace agreement will not work. We have to agree بأنه الاتفاقية السلام الموضي سنة 2015 فشل عديل كده سنة 2016 it collapsed. Okay? نحن كجنوبين وكمعارضة وفي حكومة وحتى في الإيجاد they need to go back to drawing board say يا جماعة can ننسى this so-called revitalization. Okay? What went wrong? Okay? نبدأ من جديد. Okay? نبدأ من جديد لو بالحل لكن الرقعة اللي نعملوها في المحادثات بانه يكون ناس يناقشوا بس ملفين ملف الامني والسلطه والثروه ده ما بيجيب سلام. So to me people need to accept بانه the peace has collapsed. We have to really start a new peace process that will bring a comprehensive peace agreement لانه there's no need. Okay نتفق الليله وبكره نشاكل يا جونكور. يعني زول بيقول لك بانه not to sign a bad agreement is better مش not to sign an agreement is better than signing a bad agreement you know so we cannot really accept or to expect بانه رياض and sulfur they will bring peace and stability. What is needed is for us to go to the drawing board نقول اتفاقية فشلت يا جماعة نقول تحت وكل الطيف السياسي society شباب ونساوين يجوا يكونوا جزء لا يتجزأ من محادثات السلام. دول بيجيبوا الاستقرار في البلد in a summary.
Thank you, Emmanuel Ajawin. Kunta Mana live from London, with concerned citizen of South Sudan. Please stick around, brother. If you may need to come
Thank
in
you.
later, yeah.
Thank you.
I
will.
Yeah. Have
I will.
Starbucks
I'm staying. I'm staying, Jongkor. Thank you.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
So let me go to my list here. And yes, of course, I've been saying to supporters of government, supporters of President Kiir, you know, to be excited like a decent woman wearing a dress without a bra. No, you know, because we've been through this over and over and over again, you know. So let me go ahead and see who is on my list, those who are requested, and then I'll bring you on. So, see that? All right. I don't know, Attilio, did you start work? You not? Just send me a request here. I know, Tuch. So, of course, you know, I will. Al camera bitak, Pastor Nyantiling camera bitak is off. So try to refresh it, and then I will give you a call for sure. You know. As I said, go ahead and share the video so we can have a strong, you can have the string on the video, because more you share it, more will be stringed. So.
أنا قاعد في الظلام لأن أنا زعلان.
لا أنا شايفينك ليه أنت زعلان؟
عشان أنا شايفها قاعدة جود. أنت سامعني؟
أنا سامعك يا أنا سامعك واضح.
Yeah, you guys, you have to calm down and be realistic. أنا بسلمكم كلكم يا شباب بلدي وناس بلدي. أنا ما أعرف نسميكم. You become very confused by the way.
We are concerned. Pastor Nyantiling, we are concerned.
Yeah, تعرف يعني في كلام انت قلته قبل انه لو ناس دي اللي عملوا سلام وجو بعد 3 سنة يعملوا انتخابات ويشاكلوا تاني. Okay, if we're gonna get those 3 years, what will be my job and your job? احنا ما نكون عندنا شغل انه to mobilize our people. لانه زي كلام المتحدث الاول قبل ده كلام ده يا جماعة. let us don't ignore we are still ناس يعني من انا بسميه majority بتاع الجنوبيين جايين من بداية لتحضر. ما يغشنا عدد البسيط المتعلمين ديل and then they will try to talk really fancy talk كانوا الجنوب كله بقى متعلمين وفاهمين اللي بتقولوا. واقع بتاعنا انه في عندنا قبائل لسه ما يعني انتقلوا من مرحلة بتاع البداية ولا مرحلة بتاع الرعي. وانا بركز نحن نايلوتكس. لو انت زول لسه راعي ما استقريت عشان تكون بتزرع وتنتظر زرع بتاعك وتعرف انه تقعد تحت كيف، لسه عندك مشكلة في بناء المجتمع. ده حاجة احنا في واقع بتاعه. والناسنا ده ماجورتي ده هم بيؤمنوا بيال بتعمل في حكومة ولا كان في السلطة ولا كان في وين. يعني زي انت هسه جونكور ده لو انت مشيت لناس بلد زي ولد الجبال ضرب لك مثل ده وانت قلت لهم وفي زول هم واثقين فوقه جالهم وقال لهم كلام، حتى لو انت ماشي بحاجة كويس لهم هم ما يصدقوك خالص. So we have a lot of work to do. يعني هسه ناس المتعلمين دول مركزين بس لنفوسهم، لكن هم ما عارفين انه نازل في بلد التعبانين دول. هم فاهمين اجار اللي قاعدين تكلموا فوقه ده ولا لا؟ وده يا قاعدة بتاعنا او grass root الناس في مخيمات. They don't understand what we're saying.
So Pastor Nyantiling, what is your message? What are we saying wrong? كلام اننا قلنا
مشكلة بتاعنا انت عارف في حاجة واحدة نزل لوسيفر من سما ده كبرياء. اي جنوبي يتعلم حتى لو تعليم بسيط بيتكبر وبنسى نفسه، حتى بنسى زول اللي دخلوا مدرسة ذاته. And that's what we did. All of us, those مثقفين بتاع الجنوب نسوا انه نازل في بلد ده ياو دخلهم مدارس. جو المدينة we have to swallow our pride. You and me يا جونكور كلنا كل زول يعرف انه ما منصب في الجنوب ده يا بخليك تكون زول. ما كرسي بتاع وزارة ولا بتاع ولا بتاع سفير ولا بتاع رئيس يا بخليك تاكل. Until we understand that, as long as you are alive, you can be somebody, you can make wealth without having a kursi بتاع حكومة. ده يانا بنفكر في وطنية الحقيقة بتاع جنوب السودان. أصل الناس كلهم جنوبيين في ده بقى يفكر بس في ياتو زول الأخذ نصيب البي في حكومة اللي يقولوا ده.
يا ما مشكلة شنو يا باسل يانتلين
Hmm?
مشكلة باسل يانتلين مشكلة ما شباب ديل يا مشكلة ما شباب ديل في كلام أنا ذكرته قبل كده. بذكر زمن تاع كوتات انه مثلا زول لما يكون محافظ ولا يكون والي ولا يكون كده هو بيشيل ميزانيه بتاع الولايه كله وبكمل في كوستي بيجي يبيعوا للتجار وحاجه كده. فيا ترى الطلبه اللي كان في المدارس واحد عاوز يبقى دكتور، واحد عاوز يبقى مهندس، عاوز يبقى فنان، عاوز يبقى رسام، هم بيشوفوا كده المجال الاوحد هو السياسه. لان انت لما تكون وزير بعد شويه انت you will live a decent life, everything will be okay. So they have been delusion. يعني هم مغشوشين كثير. ونفس الكلام اللي حصل بعد التحرير واخذنا ريفرندوم and we are independent nation. ناس المسؤولين في حكومه instead of making a development شوارع مدارس فرص عمل ما في، هم مثلا بداوا يسرقوا. فبالتالي بخلي الناس بخلي كل زول عين يكون في الحكومه. so it's not شباب problem. ده ما مشكله بتاع الشباب،
أنا
ده
ما
مشكله الناس
قلت.
اللي قاعدين في الحكم.
اوكي انا ما قلت المشكله بتاع الشباب، ما الشباب ذاته بقى توابع هسه. ده المشكله الكبير. يعني الشباب بتاع جيلي انا كنا عندنا راي بتاعنا مستقل، لكن شباب الاسع ده بقى بتاع ناس منو وناس منو. النقطه اللي انا داير اقوله هنا ده is this: احنا ما بنحترم بعض جنكور. I don't believe in you, you don't believe in me, and that is our problem. حتى الناس الاسع اللي عندهم المشوا معارضه ولا كان او القاعدين في حكومه they don't respect each other. They don't even ما في زول بيعتبر الثاني قال فلان ده ممكن يعمل حاجه. That is big problem بتاع الجنوبين. ده مش فلان يعني زي انا هسه قاعد نتكلم ده في زول هسه قاعد تهدي بقول مش ده نياتين هسه داري يقول شنو ذاته ما اخوه عمل كده واخوه عمل كده وزول ذاته ما بعرفني you know.
Your pastor يانتلين this thing is gonna happen. لان شنو حتى المسيح ذاته انت طبعا باستر وانت عارف كويس حتى المسيح ما كان مقبول في نادي في مدينه بتاعه. ما كان مقبول في مدينه بتاعه. So always people are going to give you a hard time.
Yeah.
You speak the truth, you speak.
So
it's
so
gonna
my
happen.
point is this: زي الناس قاعدين يقولوا انت عارف لما سلام يصل سلام حتى في ناس قاعدين يقولوا قبل bad agreement is not good and all these things. احنا ما قاعد نتكلم في agreement وبس، انا قاعد نتكلم انه كان ناس بقى ما في شكله. حتى لو بقى يعني لو بقى ما في شكله كل حاجه بيقدر يعمل نفسه يا جنكور. without peace we cannot do anything. واحنا ما ممكن نعرقل سلام بأجاد إننا قاعد نخيل من فوقهم. جنوبين ما قبلانين في بعض، ما بيقبلوا بعض. we just need peace. شفت كرا الدنيا ده يضغط جنوبين ده دايرين ولا ما دايرين. حتى نازلين ده أصل قاعد يتكلموا ده دايرين ولا ما دايرين سلام ده. انتوا تعالوا بعدين جيبوا حقكم الدين تجيبوا. احنا دايرين اهلنا ديل يرجعوا في ميلاتهم. منو يجيب لنا سلام منو ما يجيب لنا سلام ده ما على كيفي. لانه انا ذاته عندي موضوع معكم كجنوبين المثقفين ديل. You don't like each other. ده point نكونوا واضحين. هسه قاعد نجي نتكلم في لايف فيديو هنا ده قلنا كده قلنا كده، لكن كان كل زول رجع في قاعده بتاعه مش ناس فلان مش ناس دنكا ديل ومش ناس سلوك ديل اصل ناس ما دايرين. وده يا اللغه بتاعنا. we need to clean that language. so مشكلتنا ما في اي حاجه. انا ما عندي قضيه سلام يجي بوين ده سلام ده لازم يجي اهلي يرجعوا من بلد يمشي يزرع وذاته ما فاضيين شنو في جوبا ولا حكومه بتاعكم تخطوا وين ولا تخطوا وين. ده بقى موضوع بتاعكم you know. ده كلام انا ندير نقوله. we need peace and we don't need even for us to talk negative and to predict ذاته peace ده بنتهي يا جونكور. كلام ده كلام كلمه انا قاعد نقوله ده ياو شغال في الدنيا ده. if you speak negative you will reap the negative thing. if you speak positive شال في حاجه الكويس.
You're right. You're right Pastor. لكن Pastor, you're right, but we have to remind ourselves. لأن التاريخ have proven over and over again. مثلا لما تعمل حاجه حش لما ما يكون في فاونديشن الحجر الذي رفضه البناؤون صار راس زاويه. دائما you have to have that
foundation.
cornerstone
I
you know
agree
تبني
with
فيه.
you. Like
البيت لازم يكون يجري فاونديشن. لكن انت لو عملت حاجه حش بكره يمشي يقع يجي مطر يشيله برا ولا لازم يمشي يرجع في مصيبه وهنرجع مربع الاول. That's why we are talking. It's not because
I
we don't
agree
like
with
peace.
you.
It's not because
I agree with
you know.
you. شوف موضوع بتاع حكومة التقرات ده إن عارفين النتائج بتاعه بيكون شنو. هيجي ياخد البلد في الرواقة بتاع حكم ذاته الرصين. We know that. But majority بتاع ناس في ذاته ما فاهمين الحتة ده. عشان تفهمهم ده دير تقعد معهم عشان يفهموا. ناس ده لسه ما قاعدين يقعدوا مع بعض. أجد ده كله في أوراق يا جنكور. أجد ده كله في أوراق. أجد ده وصل لناس في بلد هناك ولا في جوبا ولا المقتنعين برياق ولا المقتنعين بسلفا ولا المقتنعين بشيريلا ولا المقتنعين بملون. ناس في ناس ديل يا ناس الحقيقيين إننا دايرين أجار قاعد نقولوا ده يوسلم. تمشي تقول لهم إنه لما نجيب حكومة بتاع تقرات ده نطلع أولادكم ديل برا ونجيب ناس ده مين تماتتي مزاتو بقول لك ما دايرين. So we need to come. If we get peace, we need to mobilize our people. We need to go back home. عشان نكلم ذاته نقنع أهلنا مين في بلد ما في نادي هنا بس. So what I want to say, let us just speak peace. حتى لو ما في بجي قال كلمات ده يا بكون حاجات. We just have to be positive. Be positive, brother. And ما تحرق دمك يا عم. إننا محتاجين لكم. Then أنا كنت
ما في مشكلة
السلام ده ما بين عمر ما يقعد يسان بيس ده بينكم وتو جنوبين المادة انت فهموا ده يا جابوكم تقدوكم ويمكن ذاتوا مسكوا يدينكم وتو ساينتو كان ما حسن من بداية لو كان اتفقتوا بدل يجيبوكم في قدام ناس وبس. هسه ما في جا قاعد يضغط في حاجة ده ما قال حاجة ده قاعد يعمل نفسه ساكت. أهلنا القاعدين برا دول في مكيمات ده ما ده ناس تانيين يقعدوا ياكلهم يا جنكور. نازل قاعدين ياكلوا نازل في مخيمات ده يعني يقعد يفرجوا لكم كل يوم تقعد أنا داير فلان وما داير فلان. No, you guys have to sit down and accept.
So شكرا جزيلا.
Yeah.
شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا.
I have long list. A lot of people are waiting.
Calm down.
أنا بشكرك كل الشكر لكلماتك.
Everything gonna be okay.
We continue and stick around. Thank you.
I'm here.
Okay. Thank you. أنا بشكرك. All right. Long list. Let me go ahead here. Anyway, coming from north or coming from east, as long as it's decent, as long as it's genuine, as long as it's salam, and ما بيجي دخلنا تاني في متاهات ويكون في حرب. That's what we want. We need problem to be solved from the root cause. That's what we want, you know. So let me go ahead and see who is next. Sunday Dijon, I'm calling you. Welcome on board, sir. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Mr. Jongkor.
Okay. How are you, sir? As you can see our topic there today, Declaration of Khartoum and implications. So, one more time, I know our viewers know, but some of you don't know you. You may introduce yourself one more time before we proceed.
Good. First of all, I would begin by saying, Assalamu alaikum, the concerned citizen of South Sudan. Like usual, my name is Sunday Dijon.
Yes.
And I have joined you today live to share my views with you and the views of the party with you as concerned citizen of my beloved country. The topic is one of the vital topics like the usual ones.
Mm-hmm.
And, there is nothing much one would be able to say other than trying to put these questions into a contextualized form and then handle them in a dissected manner so that you don't sound like you are against peace. First of
Correct.
all, what is peace? That's the question that everybody would ask. And it is rhetorical in the sense that we may have varying answers. But for the case of South Sudan, there is a declaration made in Khartoum, Sudan, and the two people, that is Salva Kiir Mayardit and Riek Machar, were brought together to sign a certain paper that is referred to as a permanent ceasefire. First of all, I do not want to be pessimistic as far as peace matters are concerned. But in a sense, there is something that is not going right. From 2013 to the current time, a lot of cessation of hostilities, ceasefires, and so forth have been signed, but they have not been honored. Currently, they signed an agreement in Khartoum saying that a cessation of hostility or a ceasefire has been signed, so that it paved the way for the negotiations on revitalization process. Now, ask yourself this question: is the cessation of hostilities or the ceasefire signed a day ago not violated? Do you have to shoot massively so that it is called violation? Has the national security elements stopped killing citizens in cold blood? Are unknown gunmen not on the streets doing their usual job? Just take those questions briefly, and you will come to a conclusion that the paper was signed, but it is not practical in stand. The practicality of this paper has to come with harmony from within the societies, so that you don't have any fear of unknown.
But before
That's
we go
one.
there, Sunday,
Yes, yes,
I'm sorry to disrupt you. Before we go there,
yes.
actually, I have this question. I have this first question here waiting for you. I know that
Yes.
you may be aware an agreement that you're
Okay.
talking about has been signed between the government and the opposition group in Khartoum, which was merely declaration of principle on the way forward with revitalization talk this time. However, a positive and tentative deal on a comprehensive permanent ceasefire was agreed upon parties to the conflict. Where is SSUF? Were you part of this? And if so,
Yes.
are you represented by who? At least we want to know.
To answer your question precisely, we are not part of that. And we don't have a representative in that aspect. But to this effect, I would say we still love peace and we are pursuing it. I hope my answers are short, and that I think is the correct way to answer you.
And why not you are not represented? Why not?
This has been the position of Salva Kiir. Kiir has been demanding that we never get included in any process that is taking place, especially to the path of peace. He is aware that we are genuine, we will not go and scratch the surface. We will go deeper. And therefore, he opted to collaborate with those people that pretends to be peace lovers, but they are merely wolves in sheepskin. So, Kir thought by being given attention on what he is trying to say in the disinterest of the Republic of South Sudan, he thought he was getting powerful. Something he doesn't know is that by trying to implicate matters or complicate them, he is making South Sudanese even suffer more. As peace lovers, we will always send our messages of peace. What Kir fears most from us, and that is the reason of our exclusion from time to time, is that we know the reason why peace is not coming. And the reason is very precise. It is because Kir is still in power, and he is the symbol of hurt. South Sudanese minus Kir, and perhaps some elements around him, is equals to a peaceful country. That is the message he wouldn't want us to tell him on the round table. And so we should be kept away. But the truth is, Kir is aware about the South Sudanese quest for peace, and he also knows the answer. And the answer is simple. Himself penning his pen on a certain paper called resignation, and that is adequate to make South Sudan a peaceful entity. We are not part of the peace process as per the documentation, but in our hearts, we are interested in seeing peace return to the country. And that is when Kir is no longer the representative of the people, simply because he's a symbol of hatred.
Okay. Emmanuel Dijon, the spokesperson of SSUF. So you spoke clearly that your organization has been isolated by Salva Kiir not to participate. So now, with that, what is the position of SSUF then from the Khartoum Declaration? Because you have been isolated not to be part of it.
Well, I have mentioned earlier that South Sudan United Front Army is not interested in talking against peace because it's a peaceful, it's a peaceful organization that would be interested in seeing peace returning to South Sudan. But my position as an individual, and perhaps that of my organization, is that we must go real on peace matters. We do not need to scratch the surface so that we allow the wound to get infected and become bigger and bigger. South Sudanese matters are not issue of ink on the paper. They are concerns that need to be addressed comprehensively. If Riek Machar and perhaps other oppositions could sign peace agreement in Khartoum with the follow-up in the other cities and then go to Juba, and we are to remain outside, does Kir think he would be peaceful? Does he think he would bring South Sudanese on board in that manner? We are a capable force that can remove him. And that is why we have been telling South Sudanese to rally behind us as they allow us to take him off, simply because he is no longer a credible leader that would be respected. And the honorability that was given to him has expired. The eventualities are closer. Kir has to go for South Sudan to get peace, because all the things that he has inflicted on people are actually not going to be washed away, yet he is still in power. Because
but Sunday,
yes,
if I may disrupt you there, but
yes,
you said a moment ago that you are with peace, and the peace is what is matter. If Khartoum Declaration can bring peace and everybody's okay with it, why would you crush them then? Why would you, beat the drum of the war? And if all the political party and Kir, Ayo, they agree, for the lasting peace, why would it be a problem and your organization stand for peace?
Khartoum Declaration is actually a rubber stamp meant to wash away the shame of a leader that has a proposal other than peace. If you look at the initial document of Khartoum, the items were actually not what Riek and Kir signed. And I should give both leaders the credit they deserved, because they have rejected a fake deal that was meant to lure them into something that is not in the interest of South Sudan. If at all somebody has mentioned that he wants to be given the upper hand to protect the oil wells of the neighboring country, what the hell is that? Just ask yourself that question. There was something hidden, but our leaders, or call them the principles that were to sign as per the terminologies used by mediators, have salvaged their faces by accepting nothing other than the clear path to follow. It is a red line to bring a foreign force into our beloved territories. Our oil is in our soil. If we are not digging it today, we will dig it in the next 1 million years. It is not necessary that it is us, the present generation, that will benefit from it. The generations that will come next are important as well. And therefore, we should tell Kir not to accept anything other than credible peace. So the declaration of Khartoum is not in the interest of peace. It is in the interest of Khartoum authorities. They are interested in ensuring that their interest is met. You getting the point now? Usually, as mentioned in different developments long time ago per Sudanese history, the interest of the North in the South has not been South Sudanese. It has been the resources encountered in the territories. How do you expect a person who is interested to be able to deliver a peace that you require in a golden plate? Again, I am not against peace. Rightly put, the declaration is a pace saving, and put that one aside. It is not important now. What is important is, how does peace come to South Sudan? Is Bashir willing to bring it? Is he interested in being a co-beneficiary at that aspect? Those are the questions we need to talk about. So, the declaration in Khartoum was not giving the warring parties adequate consultative time to iron out the matters of concern that needs to be addressed, so that when it is signed, it comes as a consensus. And believe me, any peace process that is enforced with the rough boys does not last. And you know very well about the peace agreement in 2015. It was called beautiful, but eventually the dishonorable president of the Republic of South Sudan dishonored it just in the shortest time possible. And it ended up with sending of Riek Machar into 40 days in the wilderness, wilderness, to the borders of South Sudan on the other part of Congo, where he eventually was blown out and again subsequently confined in South Africa. rightly put, Khartoum Declaration can be a small portion of the peace process, but it is not a peace process. I mean, it's not peace in itself. So, taking it from that angle, I would want to tell you that the proposal made by Riek Machar that the comprehensive peace agreement that brought peace to the major Sudan was to be used as a template, and then people draw the conclusions from there. Definitely, solutions would be met within the shortest time possible. This is what UGAT has to consider. But the only problem here is the interest of international bidders or bidders, call them that way, is going to override anything. And the outcome will always be South Sudan goes back to chaos. If Troika is not accepting that a template, that broad comprehensive peace agreement is to be brought to light, what do you think would come as a consequence? Of course, anarchy, and the country will be sent back to war with itself. And they should also study the nature of South Sudanese people. You don't pretend when you are handling matters pertaining South Sudan, because in most cases they accept being genuine more than being political. The question is not Riek Machar not working with Kir Mayar. It is not Kir Mayar not working with Riek Machar. That is not the question. The question is, do they think that South Sudanese people are useful? Do they value them? Do they think they are human beings? Of course not. If they do, they would have acted like other leaders in other parts of the world. Give the next generation a chance to try fix the country. Now, if you don't die from their bullets, likely you will die of anger. You will even die of mosquito bites with subsequent diseases like malaria. This is the state the country has reached. Poverty and all the derivatives that come from it. That is the problem here.
Okay,
Khartoum
Sunday,
Declaration
Dijon,
is not a
I
solution.
have to have another
Yes.
question here, B. I have to disrupt you here, brother, before you proceed. I have to have another question.
Yes.
You are well aware of Khartoum Declaration. Actually, the government of North, they wanted to be compensated with the destruction that happened in Hidlit. They want South Sudan to compensate them, pay them. While they were killing people in Abyei, in Mile 14, in all the bordering areas, no one have ever asked about compensating South Sudanese. I will need your perspective on that. Also,
the issue.
Also, let me put this here. Success of the countries is based always on the program that's giving ahead of time, and people have to think beyond their interest, and they have to think on the future. Now, our people, they need a very quick solution, and that's why I describe them like a decent woman wearing a dress without a bra. She's so excited, right? But people don't look on the future, what's going to happen. Giving the ideas that we have been saying that these two individuals, they cannot work together. The history have proved that over and over again. Over and over again. 2013, 2016. All right? Now, let's say Khartoum Declaration work and they form an interim period and they refuse as usual, we tell them that step aside and allow neutral government, and someone who is going to run the neutral government is not going to run for election. So the election can be fair and transparent and no one is going to complain about rigging election. Would you think if Kiir is going to be in charge of interim period and Riek Machar is the vice president, and then the election happened in 2000, whatever, 2012, 2021, 2022, whatever you can call it. Don't you think one of them is going to complain that the election was rigged, and then South Sudanese will go back to cycle of war and suffer again? Because of those who think quick, they just need solution. Oh, let's go to Juba. You can get this and I can get that. And then, okay, all good. And later they can fight. I want you to give me your insight on those two, please.
Well, on the matters of conversation or compensation as per Iklich crisis, I do not want to talk about it because it is not a political matter. It is not also in the interest of East. It is interest of the neighbor. And when the war broke out in Iklich, people have to make definitions there. Why war in Iklich? This place is not actually called Iklich. It is Alich or Pantho. That is a Dinka territory of Upper Nile area. That place is not supposed to be a border point. Invasive force does not require compensation. More so, there was destruction that happened on both sides. And so, the matter is not to be settled politically. There is usually that court of arbitration. People go to it, and then the court will make the verdict. As a South Sudanese, if I say no compensation, that is self-interest. If I say we will compensate, on which aspect? We also were losers. When the fighting was continuing, death was on both sides. It was not one-sided. And if there was any other damage caused, it was damage on both sides. But I believe with the intervention of international community and persuasion from Ban Ki-moon and other associated leaders, the outcome was simple. The tension was to be diffused, and it happened that way. That thing is not a matter of today. It is just having long arms to go to things that are not important. That is what I said before. It is interest of Khartoum that they want to pass. How do you mediate to bring peace, and you also begin to call yourselves somebody that is asking for debts that the person you are asking is not aware of? That is taking opportunity. That is being opportunistic. I don't want to go there that much. Let's put it aside. Coming to the working relations, you have mentioned that if Riek Machar and Kiir ever happen to be vice president and the president, respectively, as I called their names a while back, would they conduct any fair and credible elections? If I can rephrase what you were saying. Rightly speaking, these two people, if you take them to Juba today, you don't expect elections in 2020 something. You will only be expecting a fight in the next 1 week. And again, that would lengthen the period that is meant for elections, if there is one. An election is not a solution to a political stalemate. Get it right. If you don't have a constitution, how do you conduct elections? If you have displaced everybody in the country, who will vote? What is important now is not elections, it's peace, so that people can return home. There are a lot to be done before that. If there is no economic stability, how do you go for elections? Do you ask people that are dying of hunger to come out and vote for you? Will they even listen to your manifesto? That is the case. Riek and Kir could be brothers, but their brotherhood is peppered with a lot of hate. That is one part of their relationship. They will not be cordial. They will only be fake on the stage. And when they see their interest, they will have to jump to it. That is not being iconic leaders. Look at it from this angle. Look at it from this angle. The agreement of 2015, that was the brainchild of what we call the government of national unity, is dead, no longer existing, because the time frame, if it is there, is at the minimum. And Kir has seen his legitimacy has waned. And as a member of the regional bloc, he opted to ask his friends to revive his dead term by faking a certain deal that he will break in the next, that he will break in the next few weeks. This agreement that they are running to is a quest for legitimacy. It is a fulfillment of the interest of the neighbors. It is as well a piecemeal to give away the vital assets that belongs to South Sudanese. Any agreement that comes with preconditions and conditions is not in the interest of the population that is supposed to be honored with the peace required. Therefore, Kir should be informed, together with his comrades that bring real peace. A fake one is equals to our intervention. They are afraid that there is a different interventional force. South Sudanese themselves are capable of intervening if they are not bringing any solution. What is difficult about our intervention? It is all about youth of South Sudan coming under one umbrella and asking Kir to move, even without fighting. If Kir loves South Sudanese, my brother Jongkor, I'm telling concerned citizen of South Sudan that he should just resign. That is the best way to avoid spillage of blood. I don't believe millions of South Sudanese in the neighboring countries would even have chance to vote. And if the elections are decided by the inhabitants of J1, the whole thing will be chaotic, and it will be everlastingly chaotic. This country that we call South Sudan does not belong to one faction. It's not a case of Riek Machar. It is not a case of Kir Mayar. It is a case of South Sudanese. And these men are the factors that need to be tried in a manner that would put them to the right direction. As I am speaking to you, they are causing hostilities on the ground. When Khartoum Declaration was made, the spokesperson of the government of South Sudan went on the streets telling people that they should go out in massive numbers to demonstrate against the peace agreement that was just signed. Just few hours from the signing time.
Sunday, I might disrupt you again right there. I have a last question for you. We have the sponsors of the peace deal, the Troika, the American, the European Union, AU, IGAD. What is the position of particular Troika right now in Khartoum Declaration?
I don't speak for Troika, and I do not know their position as that. But I think the resources they put in are a bait. They put little to get more. How? They come and bring people on the table, calling it negotiation, so that they disagree so much, and then revert back. And while they run back to look for arms, they come and give them arms, asking them to pay a lot of money. This is just business. Those people are not putting any resources significant enough to give them the pain a loser deserves when he is losing something. So they are not at loss, they are profiting. More so, they are also mirrored by fake entities. If you see people like Hollywood actors, or call them actors and actresses, trying to make themselves the architect of sanctions in a country as good as South Sudan, and call them even themselves Prince of South Sudan, and they have their aircrafts landing in our territories to collect our vital minerals, while we continue fighting here, then those people are merchants that are trying to trade on the lives of our people, and they have done it long enough. First of all, we need to think like this. Without fulfillment of the desire of removing Kir, and subsequently those around him, South Sudan will not gain any stability. And if we are not stable, we will be unstable in all parameters. Because if the political
Sunday,
settlement has not been reached, yes.
sorry to disrupt you again. So you have been talking about, peace and how SSUF pro peace, and now you have been denied to be part of this, your organization. What is the chairman of SSUF doing right now? Because we don't see any move anyway, because it's not going to help sitting in Nairobi and just, having a couple meetings. It's not going to change anything. Can you tell us if there is any movement you're doing to overthrow Kir? We know that, Kir is not doing well and these are fake. But what your organization is doing, to tell people of South Sudan that we are doing this right now. We are moving in this direction. We are not seeing anything. So
we are strategic and we believe in results. If I begin to talk to you about what we are doing, then that would be a bloviation. Why can't you just be patient and see the results of what we are doing? Wouldn't that be good? We are working. We're not joking. And we are on course with the right tools. And our tool number one is peaceful mechanism. And the peace we're talking about is not sitting down to negotiate for positions. It is Kir taking his paper and pen and write a resignation letter, sign it and submit it to the South Sudanese. We have an assembly there. And then he walks to his compound. That is one of our strategies. Failure to do that, wait for the results then.
Sunday Dijon, the spokesperson of SSUF, the last word before I let you go, because I have a lot of people waiting.
Yes, I have seen my brother Martin Motard getting impatient that he is getting bored. We are not interested in boring our fellow South Sudanese. I think we should give him the opportunity to come up with maybe his ideologies. But our ideology is straightforward. We want a stable South Sudan, and it will only happen without Kir. Because Kir he is no longer useful. He has been useful, but he is no longer useful. He should go, because he's a man that is subject to manipulation. Time and again, his juniors have manipulated him for the worst of the country. And so Kir should be informed that he has to go. And we have mentioned the other day, if it is a matter of incentive, he has more than he needed. But still, South Sudanese will give him more incentives, even if it means contributing bulls. I have mentioned that one the other day. So I am interested in seeing stable South Sudan, and that is minus Kir. Jongkor, you have gotten me on a bad day. I had a bad flu, and
Are
I
you
have
okay?
not the last of whole the whole of last night. And as somebody that is moving up and down, I do not have many things to tell you because I have a mental block. This is not how I reason. I think you know.
No,
But the truth
you did
is
very
I
well.
cannot forget to say Kir should go home. Kir has to go.
Thank you,
If he's not
Sunday.
resigning,
It
we
was
will force him out.
no problem. It was great having you, brother, and you spoke, and I wish you well too. So please get well soon, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So we have a long list to go, but I want to tell my brothers. See, people sometimes mix things, and that's not good, you know. Sometimes people mixing, and now I've seen people writing that what is wrong with the Dinka community? They are complaining about the Khartoum Declaration. And some people are saying that, why would you think that Khartoum Declaration or Khartoum Agreement would not work? If you listen to my introduction, you will notice a lot, my brother. We don't judge book by cover. We have to read the details. We have experience with Khartoum. We do. I went to Khartoum when I was 8 years old. As I speak a little earlier, sleeping on the side and the other wall there is an enemy. And tomorrow when we go to school, in the playground, I will be called a rebel. I will be called dishonored. Addis Ababa, even though Riek Machar, who is in Khartoum today, signed Khartoum Peace Agreement. And if you recall from the beginning of this program, I already sing the song that I was wondering when I watched television in 1997. Every night, they used to play a clip on the television. Min al Khurtum Salam, min Durman Tahiyya. And I was wondering what they talking about. And the war was intensified in South Sudan that time. But a couple months later, there was a deal signed. They were Khartoum Le Salam, Riek Machar, Karbino Kwanyin Bol, Arok Ton Arok. That's what they were singing about in television all these months. But what happened in Khartoum Le Salam? What happened in Khartoum Peace Agreement 1997? And what happened to Fashoda agreement that Lama Kol have signed? And what happened to Frankfurt? Not too long ago, what happened to public consultation? Blue Nile, Nuba Mountain. What happened to Abiy referendum? They refused. They never honored anything, brother. We have experience with these guys. Now they are interfering because of their own interest. Take it from me. We are not just talking out of our mind. We know exactly what had happened in the past. Based on facts and based on factual and all this. That's why we are telling you this. Brother Johnson and Brother Matot, that's why I'm saying this. Okay? Listen, we care about our country. We are concerned. And I need a lasting peace. It doesn't matter where peace comes from Khartoum, from whatever, but we need a genuine peace. We need a peace that will tackle the issue from the root cause. No, we don't want to do a makeup, just a makeup, no. Because the makeup, when you go to sleep, the makeup will come out, and tomorrow you have to put another makeup. No, we need peace that will last for generations. We don't want to puzzle them now today, and tomorrow they will fight again and people will die and suffer and suffer. That's not how you do the thing. If you love your country and if you care about the country, you should care about the future. Mat gulle ya ganene ya dari salam khalas. Mahajere hassle now. Let's go for it. But is it gonna last? Is it going to last? What guarantee that's going to last? So please have a mental conviction. To make a decision, you have to have a mental conviction. Don't fall in love for something you don't know. Is it going to last or not? And we know these guys. They just want to grab the oil. They want to grab as much as they can because they have economic hardship right now. And I don't blame them, absolutely. I blame our leaders. Because if there was a political will, our people would have sat down and sorted out their differences. But because there is no political will, you know, Azol bigul, ana adagada be, ana after beda, when I asha beda. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, my dear brothers and sisters. And because we love that country, that's why we predict and we know. In life, there is a lot of prediction. Life is not guaranteed. Okay, you can be healthy and you can die tomorrow. You can be having a good work and you can get fired and you can lose your job. These are obvious things in life. But don't say that we can live in delusional, we cannot predict. We can predict, yes. And that's how success comes. And if you don't predict, if you don't think, okay, if I do this, what's going to happen tomorrow? What is going to happen next year? That's why Europe succeeded. That's why America, build up. But if you think that, no, don't think about the future. Don't think about tomorrow. Just let us eat like birds. They go and get what they eat and just feed their children and then they fly again. But we are human. We have that brain that God has given us. We have to think ahead. حاجة ما بيجيب مشكلة تانية. الحاجة ما بدخلنا في إحراج تاني. We have to think about it. ممكن نقول as oh today is good, because today is good, but we have to think too because we're gonna get devil advocates within your group. You have to accept self-criticism. Like in Lamadagul now is all good. Don't worry about it. Why do you have to talk about the future? Why do you have to predict? When things happen, my brother, you're gonna be wondering what to do because you didn't take any measures. You didn't take any measures. Like a lawyer, when they go to the court, before they go to the court, they will know how they will answer the question. It's not a bad thing. But we know we have experience from those two individuals. They might work together. But at the end of the interim period, within the SPLM party, that's where the problem is started. They are not transparent. The SPLM party, they are not transparent. They did not want to allow the process to take place. That's why we have all this chaos. People of South Sudan are generous, are good people. Whether you are Nuer or Dinka or Bari or Acholi or Anyuak, they are good people. They did not cause this fight. The politicians are the one caused it. Just for their own interest, because I want to be in charge. And I don't want to allow this guy. The constitution was written against one man. Why would you do that? If you want to be in power, why don't you challenge that man on election? So, future is ours. And we have to look ahead. And we have to think ahead. All right? Let me go ahead here and see who else online. Bring you in as well. We have to concern ya Jama. It's not just, low. Inta shaif haja de koiz lela. And, khalas. No. You have to think about this. All right? So let me go ahead here and check who is next. It look like I have a long list here so far. And please send me your requests. What happened to women? Why they are not requesting? It's all men are requesting a voice as well. So I'm calling you, Brother Mabur. I hope this thing will work for you as well. Go ahead and answer that. Okay. Calling you, Mabur, right now. Go ahead and answer, please. Yep. All right, let's play me music while I'm making a call here. Sorry for that commercial. Okay, let me see here. Mabior is not responding. Let me move here to see who's next. Okay, Stephen Lual, I'm calling you right now. All right.
Yeah.
Ahlan wa sahlan, ya Stephen. Welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan, brother. Live there from Khartoum.
أول حاجة okay.
Declaration of Khartoum and implications.
أنا خايف أنا استعيد
وانا عارفك انت موجود في الخرطوم. It's gonna be
بصورة عامة.
different. Yeah.
يس أنا شايف إنه كل الإخوة يتكلموا وأدلوا برأيهم بصورة متوازنة. أفتكر إنه الغرض كله إنهم دايرين يوصلوا رسالة بتاع السلام، وده خطوة كويس. بس أنا داير أعمل حاجة بسيط كده تنوير لإخواننا عشان يكونوا عارفين الحاجات الماشية ده بالضبط كيف وشنو ذات. داير أقول إنه أولا نحن ما لازم أول نقوم نفرز الشكل بتاعت المبادرة والحاجة الماشية في السودان والخطوات المفروض تجي في الفترات الجاية، لأنه نحن عندنا 3 محاور. عندنا محور بتاعت المبادرة الإقليمية، ومعروف إنه منظومة بتاعت الإيجاد ده هو القائم بعملية بتاعت الوساطة بتاعت السلام دولة جنوب السودان. وبرضه في السودان عنده وساطة بتاعته، وفي وساطات اللي هي الوساطة بتاعت أنا قاعد أسميه ب2 محور. وساطة أخرى تتعلق بتوحيد قيادات الحركة الشعبية، ووساطة الثانية اللي بيتعلق بالمبادرات المتعلقة بتذليل العقبات اللي قاعد يواجه رياك مسلفة. فأنا لما أجي أتكلم عن الوساطة بتاعت إيجاد، الجلسات اللي تم في إيجاد كله والمشاورات والمفاوضات التامة كان في نجاح نوعا ما في ملفات معينة، مثلا زي ملفات الترتيبات الأمنية، وفي تباعد في مسألة بتاعت تقاسم السلطة والثروة. ده نقطة أساسية. أنا أفتكر إنه الأطراف كلهم كانوا مقتنعين به، حتى الإيجاد ذاته كان عارف إيه اللي كان بيواجه الأطراف. جاءت المبادرات الثانية ومسألة بتاعت المبادرات بدأ من الإيجاد ذاته، لأنه الإيجاد هو قدم مقترح قال إنه هيكون في شغل يوم حدد تاريخ معين في موريتانيا، وقالوا إنه على هامش القمة بتاعت الاتحاد الافريقي اللي بينعقد في موريتانيا بكره تقريبا بكره، هيجي يقابلوا فوقه كير ورياك فيس تو فيس. هنا تدخلت طوال المبادرات الجانبيه. عندك المبادره بتاعت السودان دخل عبر زياره طبيعيه قام به وزير خارجيه السودان الدرديري محمد احمد، وفي زيارته ده جاء شايل معه كان وفود. معروف انه في بين السودان وجنوب السودان في اتفاقيه اسمه اتفاقيه التعاون المشترك.
نعم.
اتفاقيه التعاون المشترك ده قاعد يتكلم عن تقريبا 9 ملفات مهمه، مثلا زي اتفاقيه بتاعت البترول، مثلا اتفاقيه بتاعت مثلا بروتوكول ابيعي عملوا فوق لجان، مساله بتاعت الحدود. المهم اتفاقيه التعاون المشترك الموقع بين السودان وجنوب السودان كانت موجودة منذ عام 2012، يعني ده ما حاجة جديد. فبالتالي كان في زيارة بتاع وزير الخارجية السودانية كان فيه نوع من إنه السودان يقوم يقدم خطوة، وفي نفس الوقت هم كدولتين أو كحكومتين يقعدوا بواصلوا في الترتيبات بتاعهم المتعلق باتفاقية التعاون المشترك. وده بالفعل اللي حصل في المسألة بتاعت البترول. يعني أنت لو ملاحظ حتى وزير البترول جاء قبل وفود بتاعت المجموعات كله انه يجوا الخرطوم، وقام بعمليه بتاعت اتفاقيات ومشاورات مع الجانب السوداني، وده تمثل في عدد بتاعت الوفود اللي زاروا جنوب السودان في الزمن ده، وقعدوا في جلسات ثنائيه مع نظرائهم. يعني هي وزير بيقعد مع وزير. طبعا النقطه ده نقطه في اطار اتفاقيه التعاون، لحد هنا ما في مشكله. لما نجي في المبادره بتاعت الرئيس ده قدموه عبر وزير الخارجيه للرئيس. في الوقت ده كان الجوله بتاعت فيس تو فيس اللي كان قايمه بوساطه بتاعت ابي احمد وزير رئيس وزراء بتاع اثيوبيا كان فشل. يعني هو كان في فشل ذريع جدا، وكان موقف الخرطوم كان حاد، موقف جوبا اقصد كان حاد شديد باعتبار انه كان ما يتعامل اصلا مع دكتوريات مثلا.
ستيفن، declaration of Khartoum اللي انت شايفه ده، هل انت شايفه ده سلام؟
يا انا جاي فوقه.
اوكي جو اهيد.
انا جاي فوقه، بس انا داير املك الناس التسلسل بتاع الحاجه ده كيف.
نعم.
فالمبادره بتاع الرئيس ده لما الجانب الحكومي قبله، طبعا لما قدموا دكتور درديري محمد احمد الجانب المتعلق بالجانب الحكومي قبل المبادره بتاعت الرئيس باعتبار انه مبادره حميده وممكن يساعد في عمليه بتاعت تذليل العقبات اللي بتواجه كله بين سلفا ورياض. وبالنسبه لرياض مشار اصلا قبل الحته ده، عشان كده هو طلع من جنوب افريقيا من اثيوبيا، فات جنوب افريقيا، ومن جنوب افريقيا جاء السودان تلبيه للدعوه بتاعت المبادره بتاعت الرئيس السوداني. حدث حاجه جميل جدا. انتم لو ملاحظين انه الجانب السوداني في الجلسه بتاعت القمه بتاع رؤساء الايجاد كان في شبه تكليف كامل، لكن هو ما تكليف كامل للنهايه، بل في غرض انه يحاول يعزز عمليه بتاعت تظليل العقبات وسوء التفاهم اللي بيواجه الاطراف في عمليه بتاعت التفاوض بالنسبه للملفات الاخرى. فجاءت العمليه دي كلها دمجوه في بروفيسور معين واحد وقام قدموه للاطراف. طبعا لما جاء في البروفيسور جاء مساله بتاعت وقف اطلاق النار، ومساله بتاع وقف اطلاق النار معروف حاجه مهمه شديد جدا جدا، انه الاطراف كل ما يمشوا اديس وقعوا على وقف اطلاق النار. يمكن وقف اطلاق النار ده او وقف الاداءات ده وقعوا اكثر من 3 مرات، فكل ما يوقعوا كل ما طوالي بيتم عمليه بتاعت خرق. لكن من جانب السوداني كان العمليه بتاعت التوقيع على البروفيسور المتعلق بمساله بتاعت الترتيبات اسمه شنو وقف اطلاق النار ده كان ناجس، باعتبار انه الجانب المتعلق بالحكومه اعلن طوالي وقف اطلاق النار، ولا اليوم الثاني طوالي رياض مشار اعلن عمليه بتاعت وقف اطلاق النار، وده طبعا شامل لكل المجموعات. هنا بقى في اشكاليه انه بعد ان احنا طلعنا من الترتيبات الامنيه دخل في مساله بتاعت ال3 مناطق اللي هو شكل حكومه الوحده الوطنيه اللي بيطلع بعد عمليه بتاعت تقديم المقترح بتاعت الايجاد اللي هو التسجيل. هيتم تكوين حكومه بتاعت وحده وطنيه يتم توزيعه ل3 مناطق تاريخيه على النيل الكبرى، بحر غزال الكبرى، الاستوائيه الكبرى. طبعا الحته ده المفروض كان يخضع لنقاش عميق باعتبار انه الحاجه ده بيطلع برؤيه كويس، لكن الحاجه اللي حصل على ما يبدو لي انه الجانب الحكومي كان موافق والجانب بتاعت معارضه بتاع رياض مشار كان موافق. والموضوع ده هم طلبوا من جانب بتاع الحكومه، قالوا ادونا مهله بتاعت 1 دايز نحن نراجع الورق ده وبعد ذاك نجي نوريكم. وفعلا هم راجعوا الورق وجو وقعوا على الورق ده. جاي يتعلق في الموضوع بتاع اللي هو 3 النقاط اللي ذكرته، مساله بتاعت وقف اطلاق النار، ومساله بتاعت تشكيل شكل الحكومه بتاعت الوحده الوطنيه، ولا المساله الثالثه اللي هي مساله بتاعت البترول، اللي هو انه السودان جنوب السودان بالتعاون مع السودان هيشغلوا شغل بتاع تامين الابار بتاع البترول وصيانه ابار البترول واعاده الانتاج حتى يصل العمليه بتاعت الانتاج من العدد اللي هو موجود فوق الان 160 ألف برميل تقريبا او اقل الى 360 ألف برميل في اليوم. فالحته ده طبعا حتى الان ما نفس، لكن ده شكل الاتفاق اللي وقع عليه كل رياض وسلفا. لذلك الاتفاق ده انا قاعد اقول منفرد، الاتفاق ده يكون منفرد باعتبار انه الاتفاقيات دائما بتتم بين الدول او بين الانظمه اللي هو اول حاجه نجيب السلام، بعد ما نجيب السلام بعدين نعمل اتفاقيات على البترول، نجيب خبراء، نجيب شنو، نعمل شنو، نجيب شركات بتاع تامين. لو احنا ما قادرين نعمل الدوله بتاعتنا، ما قادرين نعمل الموارد بتاعنا الحيويه، نجيب شركات عديل كده يعملوا لنا تامين. ده ما فيه مشكله. هسه لو مشيت دبي بتلقى فيه حاجات زي ده. يعني في دبي يمكن تلت ان لم يكن نص وربع من المواطنين اللي قاعدين في دبي اجانب يعني، والتامين كلهم من اجانب. فشيء طبيعي انك تجيب شركه يجي يعمل لك تامين. فانا داير اقوله انه المساله بتاعت البترول في ناس المفروض يكون فيه شرح موسع يوضحوا الكلام ده، حتى انه الناس ما تخش في عمليه بتاعت انه يعني زي الحاجه اللي حست وردود الافعال ظهرت انه يا جماعه السودان هيشيل البترول بتاعنا وما ادراك والكلام ده. لا، المفروض يكون كان في شرح وفي وقت كافي انه يشرحوا فوقه قصه بتاعت البترول ده، او كان يعجلوه لحين الوصول للعمليه بتاعت السلام ثم الدخول للعمليه بتاعت الاتفاقيه. لكن ملف بتاعت البترول ومساله بتاعت اعاده تشغيل ابار بتاعت او مربعات 1 2 4 معلش العبار دي طبعا العبار بتاعت النفط محتاج يكون فيه نقاش عميق، ويكون فيه توافق حول كل القيادات الجنوبيه، انه حاجه يلبي رغبات الشعب الجنوبي. وانا ملاحظ انه الحاجه دي بقى زي شكل انه مثلا وصل رساله سلبيه بالنسبه للمواطن العادي، انه في عمليه بتاعت فرض للافراد يعني، او للقيادات اللي في الجوله دي، فرضوا له قال يعني بيفتكروا انه ده عمليه بتاع الفرض. لكن انا قاعد ارى خير ذلك، بشوف انه الحاجه ده جابوه على حس انه يساعد في عمليه بتاعت انه المجموعات دي كلها في النهايه يتوافقوا ويناقشوا النقاط اللي هو محل الخلاف او المستعصيه، اللي هو قام حولوه طوال المغار بتاعه الجديد على اساس انه يتم النقاش حول النقاط المستعصيه في فتره بتاعت الاسبوعين الجاي ده.
Yeah, Stephen, we are running out of time. Yeah. So انا كنت دايرك تتكلم مثلا انت بتشوف هل مثلا اتفاقية كارتون ديكلاريشن ده يا ترى هو حل؟ You see any good face on this one? عشان I'm gonna move forward لأن في ناس كثيرين here معانا. ده حاجة أنا كنت داير أسألك فيه. وليه زاد يربطوا خرطوم ديكلاريشن بالتعاون المشترك؟ العلاقة شنو؟ ليه بيربطوهم؟ You know.
هو شنو المسألة بتاعت الملف ده؟ هو ملف مستعصي. مسألة بتاعت البترول، معروف إن السودان وجنوب السودان هم بيعيشوا في وضع بتاع الأزمة بتاعت البترول، أصلا عندهم أزمة اقتصادية. فبالتالي أنا قاعد أقول إنه المفروض إنه يتم التوقيع على مسألة بتاعت المستودع بتاعت البترول ده في بين حكومة الجنوب وحكومة السودان في إطار اتفاقية التعاون المشترك. معروف إنه إذا في حكومة جات في دولة جنوب السودان هيمشي بذات الاتفاق يعني. لكن في تطورات حصل وتم دمج هذا المقترح في شكل البروفيسور اللي قدموه للاطراف، وده طبعا بيكون ناجس يعني. ده بيساعد لانه الاطراف كلهم هم في النهايه هيوصلوا لعمليه بتاع التوافق. ده وفق ما الشيء المتوقع يعني، هيوصلوا لعمليه بتاع التوافق. هيكون في عمليه بتاع تكسير الثلج او الجليد اللي كان موجود بيناتهم، والحديه اللي كان موجود هيكون ما موجود، والناس هترجع اديس وهتمشي تناقش موضوع بتاعت البروفيسور بتاعت الايجاد اللي قدمه وكان مرفوض من كل الاطراف. هل هيتم تقديم مقترح جديد ام الناس توقع على ذات المقترح؟ لذلك انا بشوف انه المحطه بتاعت الخرطوم هيناقش النقاش ده، وهيكون في جلسات. بالمناسبه انا بتكلم عقب يعني قبل ساعه او حاجه بالشكل ده، الولايات المتحده والترويك يعني الدول الترويك المعروفه دي استطاعوا انه يوصلوا رساله. الرساله ده بالمناسبه قال يكون واضح، اشار بصوره مباشره لمساله بتاعت البترول ده. قال انه البترول ده من حق الشعب، من حق الشعب الجنوبي، والمفروض انه العائدات بتاعت البترول ترجع طوالي للشعب الجنوبي في اطار بتاعت الخدمات وتوفير والى اخره. لكن شكل الاتفاقيات المبرمه دي نحن لو جينا درسناه بنلقى انه في عوائد. العوائد دي بيحتاج لاتفاق في شكل حكومه شرعيه، حكومه تكون ثابته عندها قوه مقبوله لدى الشعب. بعدين يعملوا اتفاقيات كبيره زي الاتفاقيات اللي بتكون عندها عائدات بتاعت مثلا الحديث عن انه العائد بتاعت النفط يكون 360 ألف برميل. ده قاعد يديك في السنه مبلغ 9 مليار و100 و800 وسمثينج دولار. فانت لو بتلاحظ مع انه العمليه بتاعت اعاده صيانه الاعبار، وعمليه بتاعت اسمه شنو الخطوط بتاعت اللي بينقلبوا الخطوط دي ذاتها، والايجارات والكلام ده كله حتى يتحول لمينا بتاعت بورسودان وكده، بتلقى انه السودان الحاجات دي كلها عندها عليه يعني، عنده المسائل ده بيرجع له كعائد. انا في وفق المتابعه بتاعي بشوف انه العائد بتاعه بيصل تقريبا ل 4 مليار او 5 مليار في السنه. وفي جنوب السودان هو صاحب البترول ذاته ومنطق بتاعت الاسم شنو بيكون عنده 4 مليار في السنه. بس بيكون فيه نوع من التخوف، الناس بتخاف طوالي. فمساله الناس ممكن تقدر تحديدا المحدثين بتاع البترول بيقدروا يراجعوا الحته ده ويعرفوا منو اللي بيكون مستفيد اكثر، هل القيادات في جنوب السودان ام الشعب الجنوبي. في نفس الوقت وده خبر انا بشوف انه مهم انه الناس كله يعرفوه. طبعا تم تكوين لجنه بتاعت الخسائر بالنسبه للاحداث اللي حصلت في هجليج، يعني بالنسبه لمصفى بتاعت هجليج وكذا. عملوا اللجنه ده مشتركه بين السودان وجنوب السودان عشان يقوم يدرسوا المسائل ده، ويتم عمليه بتاعت اعاده الانتاج وحتى الخسائر التم يتم تعويض الجانب المتضرر في المنطقه
اسمعني
بتاعت هجلي.
ستيفن،
ده
and
برضه
that's what pissed
ضمن.
me off. ده الكلام اللي بيبيس مي اوف. اسمعنا نحن نعوض خرطوم ونحن ما بنتعوض. الخسائر اللي حصل دي كلها عندنا في المناطق بتاعنا دي كلها ما فيها تعويض. اسمعنا نحن نعوض خرطوم وخرطوم ما يعوضنا. نحن انفصلنا ودقيقه
لا
انفصلنا والتنميه كلها كانت متركزه في الشمال. بعد ما نحن انفصلنا ما بشينا من غير حاجه. Yeah, we left everything with them. We left all the infrastructure with them. نحن ما اخذنا اي حاجه. Now all of a sudden نحن ندفع financial transition عشان نحن انفصلنا. يعني زي كاننا اشترينا انفصال نشتريه you know. وده حق مشروع حق بتاعنا. ايش معنى نحن ندفع لخرطوم وخرطوم ما بيدفع لنا؟ ده بيعطوا منطق بس you know. بيعطوا منطق يا ستيفن you know.
طبعا الناس كله بيفتكروا كده، بيفتكروا انه شكل الاتفاقيه ده هيكون سهل وكده، لكنه ما سهل. الناس ما يتكلموا. هو طبعا فعلا هو مجمع بتاع هيليك، مجمع بتاع بترول صحيح. في النهايه المجمع بتاع البترول اللي هو الهيليك ده تضرر في بعض من الاحداث اللي كانت حدثت بين البلدين، والحته دي تم تجاوزها هسه بين السودان وجنوب السودان، بقى ما فيه اشكاليه.
الان يا
لكن انا داير اقول
الان دقيقه داير اقول لك حاجه. حتى الان هيجليك ده is a contested area. is a contested area. نحن we claim it is our territory. هم they claim it. ABI is contesting. أصلا أنت لو مشيت في آبار دفرة في ABI they are using it. They are drilling oil. وجنوب السودان ساكت. They are drilling في ABI وABI is contesting. بالذات آبار دفرة they are drilling right now. They are drilling in في هجليك وده مناطق بتاع contest وما في بيتكلم وبعد ده كله نحن نعوضه. شايف المسألة كيف؟ So المهم
انا بتفق معك.
عشان في ناس ثانيين. اوكي.
انا بتفق معك في الحته ده. انا بتفق معك انه المناطق دي كلها مناطق جنوبيه، وحتى هيليك ذاته جنوبيه وابيع جنوبيه، لا نقاش في الموضوع ده. بس انه الجانب بتاع الحكومه عملت اتفاقيه اسمه اتفاقيه التعاون المشترك تناولت كل هذه النقاط. يبدو لي انه الحكومه ما قاعد تمشي في اطار تاع تلبيه رغبات الشعب الجنوبي، لذلك لابد ان تلعب الحكومه دورا محوريا. وانا افتكر انه اذا هي ما لعبت في الفترات دي كلها فلا بد انه يكون في عمليه بتاع انتقال سياسي يعتبر حكومه قويه رشيده تهتم بمتطلبات الشعب الجنوبي. في نفس الوقت اي شكل بتاع عمليه السلام اللي بيجي ده لابد انه يكون ضامن لعمليه بتاع انتقال سياسي حقيقي يضمن عمليه بتاع اعاده الشرعيه للشعب الجنوبي، في نفس الوقت يعطي الشعب الجنوبي حق انه هو يتصرف في موارده دون ان تكون هنالك تدخل خارجي. وانا بتفق معك جمله وتفصيلا انه المسائل العالقه بين السودان وجنوب السودان يمكن يتم حلها في اي شكل من الاشكال في اطار تاع التوافق بين الجنوبيين كله. اذا حصل توافق حقيقي انا بفتكر انه النجاح في عمليه بتاعت حل كل المشاكل العالقه بين السودان وجنوب السودان يمكن تتحل بسهوله، لان الملفات كثيره. الملفات بين السودان وجنوب السودان كثير جدا. يعني عندنا ملف بتاع زي مشكله ابيعي مثلا، او ملف بتاع بقول له شنو بتاعت الحدود كافيه كنجي حفر النعاس، الكلام ده كله دي مناطق يعتبر من المناطق المتنازع عليها يعني بين البلدين. فده موجود في اتفاقيه التعاون المشترك، عاملين له لجان اسمه لجان الحدود. حتى مساله بتاعت البترول عاملين له لجان، ومساله بتاعت الابيع عاملين له لجان. لكن في ظل عمليه بتاعت تصعيد العمليات العسكريه في دوله جنوب السودان حصل عمليه بتاعت تعطيل. لذلك نحن بنشوف انه عمليه بتاعت السلام ده وبكون مدخل، لكن السلام ده ما ممكن يجي تاني فرض للشعب الجنوبي عشان يتم قرضه تاني. لذلك لابد انه يكون في توافق حقيقي يخلق عمليه بتاعت انتقال سياسي، والناس بعد ما تنتهي بعد اسبوعين ده في المحادثات ترجع طوالي لاديس ابابا بروح واحد ويقدموا مقترحات حقيقيه تجلب عمليه بتاعت السلام.
شكرا
ويضمن عمليه بتاعت اعاده كل المواطنين. ايوه.
شكرا يا حبيبي ستيفن، لانه الزمن بتاعنا زمن داهمنا خلاص، وعندي ناس كثيرين منتظرين. كلام بتاعك كلام كان كويس. انا بشكرك ليور برسبكتيف و staying late في كارتون دير عشان تضيف الصوت بتاعك كمان. شكرا يا عزيزي، وستيك اراوند بليز عشان نقدر مثلا لو في مثلا ثاني نقدر ندخل كمان ايضا. شكرا ستيفن.
شكرا لك كثير.
شكرا. All right, let me go ahead and see. Of course, you know, كلام اللي بخلينا نعمل complain لأنه ملف السلام ما عنده علاقة مع بترول. ملف السلام ما عنده علاقة مع التعاون المشترك. cooperation agreement اللي كان مضوا 2012. يعني they want to take this opportunity because we are in state of chaos, in a crisis, in a problem. عشان كده دايرين نخش فيه. You know, that's how, you know, opportunists do. عشان كده أنا بسأل الأسئلة دي. Okay, so let me go ahead here and see who's next. Sabata, I think you requested me, but I hope you are still there. All right. Hopefully it will work for you to go ahead and answer that. Right.
Hi, Jongkor.
Welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan, Malaysia. It's been a big traffic here. You know, a lot of people
that's okay.
requested as well. So, Fadal. Topic Khartoum Declaration and implications. So, Fadal, ya Sabata.
Yeah, sorry. First of all, I would like to apologize a little because some of the other weekends, every time I call, I'm driving and I'm not stable. But at least right now, I'm doing okay. So, in your topic today, you had been asking whether Sudanese would bear another 3 more years of sulfur. Is that right?
Yeah, I did ask that question actually, you know, because can South Sudanese afford another 3 years of Kir Mashar and also the declaration of Khartoum Peace Agreement, you know, implication? These are, you know, the hot topic that we are talking about actually, you know, further.
Okay, I will put them all together.
Yes.
See, my opinion and what I would like to tell South Sudanese is this, that another time is not needed, not only for Kir, but for government of SPLM. You see, the government of SPLM, that is the ruling party of SPLM, has failed us from the beginning, from the time they took power of the state. Earlier, you did mention that foundation of everything is necessary for strength bita aya haja. Bardo, in a state, the country, foundation bita a state is the security, okay? Bita dawla. Now, Italo Shufta party bita SPLM, from the time they took power of the state, they have not improved or transformed security bitam and pretty much make it proper so that these people will have the ethics beta proper security al bagdar manage institution beta security. When you look at their security, pretty much most of the personnel beta security beta SPLM and excuse me, many people may not like this, but
no,
the
it's
truth
okay.
is, yes, most of them, I would say, are tribal rustlers. Okay, these are cattle rustlers. Okay, these are pretty much people who have been groomed. Okay, in villages, they know how to fight and grab cattle by force, or sometimes protect women, sons from neighboring tribes who are coming to grab cattle from.
I'm willing to bring you too. Just send your request in change. Trace is not telling me to call people. Yeah, go ahead, Sabat.
Yes, so pretty much these are people, these are young tribal fighting units who don't know any better than aggression towards people, okay? And then these people get recruited to fight, all right, during movement time. And then from the time SPLM movement became, SPLM transformed into a party that was governing a state, they did not transform their military, okay? They did not transform their military. And as you have said earlier, that if something doesn't have a good foundation, the state, Bita Junub Sudan, did not have a well-furnished security, people started believing killings, bullying, bitanas, raping, looting, wajadel gamulu manas munu gamulu the same security apparatus del. Leano, these people are not properly trained. From the time SPLM took the state, they did not retrench these boys. The same boys, Aluman Shakil Maam Faukat Bita movement, Yauman just hired these boys in national security. Okay? Now, Indian peace, Sayenu fi intention, fi Khartoum. كويس وفي security arrangement عملوا اوكي اساكر تاي او الجي جيبو جات دومو ما اوريدي national security الفيره او اي او ياو اساكر بتام دي او trained ethics النسيا ما these are the same tribal fighting units bardo, right? These are the same people who are also cattle rustlers before. Zaman de wenu al nat SPLM wala SPLM-IO will start transforming their fighting units to be fit to run the institution with the national security. Tomorrow, next tomorrow, these boys will be brought there. They will be conned. The moment IGAD disperses their security that was supposed to be brought to contain those guys in their cantonments, we will see the same problems. The same citizens of South Sudan will start bleeding. You will see bullying, raping, looting, killing in cold blood, and al-Siyasin al-Kan brokered them to fight and promoted them for positions with national security. Will always try to bring excuses and cover what they are doing, and always furnish that by saying, "Oh, these are unknown gunmen." Look. There is not going to be any improvement. Here is the deal le Nasbita Junub Sudan. Nasbita Junub Sudan lo derin yishuf improvement budget fidola. They should take away what is called SPLM Baramiras Bitam. SPLM ma variations Bitam. Kanu SPLM-IO wala kanu G10 zat. Shufta? They should go with something fresh. A new party. Okay, and I've been listening to representatives with South.
What do you mean,
opposition
Sabata,
alliance?
when you say they should take SPLA, they should take G10, they should take all this? What do you have something on your mind that people of South Sudan should take?
Yes, I've been listening to representatives with the South Sudanese Opposition Alliance. Well, these people have very good ideas, and these are the people they want to pay attention to. These are the people they want to back. These are the people they want to support. Okay, these are the people they really want to support. These people may not have those tribal unit fighters who would come and fight for them battles, but they have ideas that are running a state. And South Sudanese will live in peace if those kind of people take over power of the state. But the same people, Al-Nas Diamond, Bugulga leaders, mind them idea bita how to run states. These people are going to take Southern Sudan nowhere.
Correct.
And tomorrow, next tomorrow.
Yeah, 1 minute, wrap it up. 1 minute, wrap it up.
Okay. Yes, that peace al Sayenu Hasa fi Khartoum Zerere, Bukura, but Bukura, if it is going to be implemented as is, there is going to be nothing different le Junub Sudan. Junub Sudan is going to bleed again. Shufta Kef. It happened before my arses. I don't see anything different this time. Okay. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Juno Sabata, for joining us right there, my brother. It's good to have you, and please stick around. You know, if you wanted to jump in later, we can bring you in as well. So let's go ahead and see the list here. We are running out of time. Shukran, Sabata. Let me go to the next here. So, by the way, my dear brothers and sisters, you need to send in your requests. There is no one who. This forum is for all of you, for all South Sudanese. You know that when I started this show, I started with the government supporters. But today, there is something strange. It looked like people of IO actually, they don't want to request. It's something really, really weird. And every time when we have a show, they are the first one to request me. But I'm so stunned today. Why they don't want to come forward? Why they don't want to request? It's something that unusual. And I am actually interested to ask them why the ceasefire has been violated. They don't want to send a request. I saw Brother Suleiman Dindira there, but he's gone and he did not say anything. And I cannot force somebody, of course, you know, to speak if they don't want to speak. But overall, this forum is for all of you, whether you are IO, whether you are a government, you are a G10, you are a NAS, you are NDM, it's for all South Sudanese without any discrimination. So I do see there, Suleiman, but you did not request me, Suleiman. That's why I have some concern. So I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 minutes if you are able, you know. Your camera is off, Suleiman. Your camera is off. So, your camera is off. I can't bring him. The camera is off. I don't know why. So I may bring you back again. Let me go ahead and see the other Blana camera attack completely is off. It's not accepting. Let me go for Teresa. You know, waited for you. Hello.
Salam.
Welcome on board, Kia Ser
Yeah.
Leo.
Yeah, Sir Neo.
Yeah.
Sir Leo.
Good. Yeah, good to
Yeah.
have you there, Teresa. So you have heard
Yeah.
so many people, you know, made their comment. قد يكون انت لقيت clue what's going on exactly. I'm still.
Yeah.
اتفاقية التعاون المشترك موضوع بتاع oil, it should not be linked to any peace agreement. هسه كنا
That's
في
right.
Ethiopia ما جاب قال يا اخي موضوع بتاع أراضي or something like that, linked it with, you know, with peace process in South Sudan. So I'm wondering. But overall, I will give
Yeah.
you a chance, you know, to make your own analogy. Welcome on board.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you once again, my brother Jongkor, and I want to greet all the people of South Sudan here in this forum. I just want to say what is happening in Khartoum. Yes, we all want peace. احنا دايرين سلام يجي في جنوب السودان، لكن احنا ما دايرين سلام يعني مؤقت. احنا دايرين everlasting peace. لازم شنو يجي في جنوب السودان. اللي بيحصل هناك في حاجات ناس احنا ما هنقدر نتكلم عنه، لكن في قريب ان شاء الله الجنوبيين هيعرف شنو قاعد يحصل. زي ما اخونا قبل ايمانويل اجوين هو شرح شنو هو قاله عن موضوع بتاع اعلان الخرطوم لاجل الاتفاق بين الاطراف بتاع النزاع. الكلام اللي انا بشوف هنا even يعني مبادئ برنسبل اللي هم خدتوا ديل، يعني تاني ذاته ما عنده انا شايف انه فضفاض، يعني حاجه فضفاض ما عنده داعي ذاته يتم تذكيره هنا. ده ممكن يكون في باطن، يعني will be in the heart of the discussion. ده ما محتاج انه يكون ده اعلان بتاع مبادئ، مثلا زي كلام بتاع يتم تقسيم مسائل اللازم تحسين البنيه التحتيه. وده ما هو اصلا لما يكون عندك سيستم، لما يكون عندك اتفاقيه، اصلا حاجات ده بيكون فيه، ما محتاج انك تكتبه هنا زي واحد من مبادئ. يعني ده بس ده تمويه ساكت. فانت لو جيت برضه في موضوع يا هو اللي انا شايفه يعني جدلي واحنا we are all talking about it، هو موضوع بتاع شنو تامين حقول النفط. كمان حددوه في ولايه الوحده مربعات كده. So why is it mixing this? The agreement is between the South Sudanese themselves. It doesn't have another party. يعني انا ما اعرف خرطوم بيجي يدخل كلام بتاع النفط هنا. ده صح لو هو عنده زي ما كلام اخونا ستيفن لوال قال، المفروض الكلام ده يتم في اطار بتاع انه بلدين بعدين ما يعني ده انه كانه خرطوم دار يسرق الفرصه عشان يمرر اجنداته. مفروض هو يامن لو هو فعلا ناوي عنده نيه عشان يحقق سلام في جنوب السودان، هو مفروض يعمل على تحقيق السلام بعد ما يكون في حكومه هناك جاده وكده، يقوم موقع اتفاقيه بتاع التعاون زي بتاع 2012 ده. ما في اتفاقيات كثيره احنا وقعناها مع خرطوم، شنو هو طبقوا؟ ما طبقوا في يعني في اتفاقيه اللي كان انه بتاع في عناصر اربعه اللي هو التعاون والتحرك وشنو الى اخره ده،
الجنسيه
وجنسيه وشنو. احنا كنا ما ما كنا مستفيدين. هل تم تنفيذ هذه الاشياء؟ لم يتم تنفيذها. يعني مثلا انا داير نقول خطوره بتاع الكلام ده. انا بس قاعد اتكلم بسرعه عشان ندي فرصه لباقي الناس. خطوره بتاع الكلام ده يا اخوي جنكر، بمعنى انه لو اتفاقيه ده تم، يعني موضوع البند الخامس ده، المبدا الخامس ده لو تم فعلا، حصل حرب بين فراغات بتاع جنوب السودان مره ثانيه. لو حصل حرب معناه الخرطوم هيواصل في الدق بترول بتاع جنوب السودان.
Of
وده
course.
الخطورة هنا، لأنه هنا بيقول إنه شنو هيكون في اللي هو القوات الأمنية أو الجيش بتاع السودان هيمشي يحمي أماكن دي. السودان
بترول.
كدولة، يا السودان كدولة يعني جزء من اسم شنو ده، من
simply انا ما داير اقاطعك،
يعني في
انا ما داير
إيجاد.
اقاطعك.
يس.
simply انا ما داير اقاطعك. ده زي الاتفاقيه اللي كان وقع مع بولينا ماتيب زمن الحركه الشعبيه، كان بيحارب شمال، وبولينا ماتيب
نعم.
will protect منشئات بتروليه and then Khartoum will continue to drill and drill. That's what it is. لانه اساسا كير because he knows and he is convinced انه ده مع سلام وما يكونش في الحرب. So they want to get in Khartoum عشان يقدر يعمل حمايه لشنو لمنشآت بتروليه ويكونتينيو بالضغط. خرطوم يشيل بكوريك، هو يشيل بمالقا. It's not a problem. That's what I can read
ما انت
here.
عارف الخطوره هنا اخوي جونكور، انا قاعد اقول انه افرض انه احنا اصلا ده مشكله قضيه بين جنوبين برام. جنوب السودان هو كطرف في ايجاد مفروض يركز اكثر حاجه هي القضيه بتاع جنوب السودان بيريود.
نعم.
فبعد ذاك انه زي ما ستيفن جبال قال، وده كلام انا كررته حتى انا كتبته في صفحتي، انه بعد ذاك الحكومه بتاع السودان لو اتاكد انه خلاص بقى في سلام في جنوب السودان ووقع اتفاقيه ذاك اتفاقيه تعاون، ده ما فيها حاجه. احنا ما ضد السودان، لكن احنا ضد الفكر ده، لانه باعتبار انه لو حصل اي مشكله البترول ده كان مثلا جنوبين برابر شكل ثاني، معناه البترول ده هنا الحكومه ده هيسيطر عليه وهيكون باحتلال بالجيش بتاعه. احنا عندنا
نعم.
لسه مشاكل في حدود ما ايش شنو ما تم حسمه
ما
بين
يتم
الشمال والجنوب.
رسمها.
عندنا 8 مناطق رسمها. ده المشاكل. قضيه ابيي عندنا هو شباب بتاعنا، ناس بتاعنا بتاع ابيي لسه هم عندهم قضيه بتاعهم. ده الاولويات. حل حكومه السودان حلت الكلام ده، وده حاجه اللي احنا بنشوفه هنا. ده خطر انه احنا وثم ثانيا في حاجه ثانيه جنكر. ليه احنا دائما دايرين نركز انه دائما دايرين نكون شنو، يعني احنا نكون بس مايلين لجهه واحد. على فكره ممكن نعمل منابع اجل بتاع تكرار ده يعملوه ذاته في داخل الجنوب، بس ان ننقل الحاجات ده خام جاهز، ما ضروري احنا ناجره. وبالاضافه لحاجه ثانيه، عبار عايشين شنو ده الانبوبه بتاع النفط ده، حاجات اللي عملوا ده كان بنوا بقى بقروش، ما ده بقروش بتاعنا. احنا كنا جزء من بلد اللي اسمه جنوب السودان. بالاضافه احنا خلينا للسودان ذاته حتى متحف بكل ثقافات بتاعه بكل تراث بتاعه، خلينا للسودان ده حاجات كتير ده حاجات اللي احنا خليناه. فكيف لسه احنا بندفع قال انه اضرار بتاع انفصال؟ ليه ندفع اضرار بتاع انفصال؟ احنا يا هو هاربنا من اجل البلد ده، صوتنا من اجله. فده الحاجات انه شنو احنا دارنا نقول شنو غاده ديل، سواء كان في ناس ثانيين عجبروهم هناك يوقعوا على الاتفاقيه ده بصوره ابتزازيه، هم لازم يعرفوا بانه البلد ده امانه في رقبتنا. احنا ما قاعدين نتكلم هنا عشان بس احنا دايرين من اجل الكلام، لكن البلد ده امانه في رقبتنا. فما ممكن يبيعوا مصير الشعب ومصير الدوله عشان بس زول تاني يبقى في السلطه، عشان زول تاني يرجع نائب رئيس ولا زول تاني يطلع الضفير ولا ده حاجات مصيريه الناس دي لازم تعرف. فانا يا اخوي جنكر قبل انا اتكلمت بسيط، بس انت قبل فضلت انه شنو انا اطلع عشان كان في في ضيف ثاني. فانا بشوف انه باقي دقائق ده نخلي لاخواننا. ده رايي بتاعي، انا بقول كده. انا ما ضد سلام، لكن سلام لازم يكون صحيح، وسلام لازم عشان تاني ما نرجع تاني لمربع الاولى او مربع صفر. شكرا جزيلا، ربنا يباركك.
شكرا
God bless you.
شكرا جزيلا تيريسا
Yeah.
for your insight.
نعم.
أنا بشكرك كل شكر. Please stick around
نعم.
there. It was good having you, my sister. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. God
Let me go
bless you.
ahead and bring this. So let me go here. Actually, Chen, I want to give you 3 minutes. If you are there, I can get you in before I go for. Because I see that you said we're supposed to be celebrating. I don't know celebrating what. You know. So you said that we need to celebrate, but I don't see any celebration here. Celebrate what? You know, it's a good to celebrate salam. You have to salam, then we are celebrating. You know. So I don't see you that you requested me, but I was hoping if you request me, I can just give you at least 3 minutes because we are running out of time, and then we can wrap it up very soon. You know. But since you did not request me change, I will move ahead. Yeah, long list, long list. So let me see here. So Chen, you didn't request? So okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call another person here.
Yeah, brother Jongkor.
Charles Deng, welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan, my brother from Dallas, Texas.
At the guy ball, my shokol. Can I do first hour and then you call me back?
Gaibol, I'm not seeing him actually, you know. But
he's
let me
there.
try, yes, of course, you know.
Yeah, call him, please.
أنا there واحد من IO Suleiman ولا Gaibol actually. But let me see here if Gaibol is available because I've been trying. I tried Cheng, but Cheng is not available. So let me see here. Gaibol, just do a thumb up and then I will bring you in. Thumb up. أهلا وسهلا ياك. Gaibol, I'm calling you. Go ahead and answer that. Gaibol, I'm calling you. They keep adding up, Gaibol. I don't know what's wrong with the thing. لا يا سليمان. ده كلام شنو يا سليمان. I tried, Gaibol didn't work. So I'm trying Suleiman also. But Suleiman, like I said, camera butakan off and I tried. But now I'm trying you one more time. At least I can give you 3 minutes because we are running out of time.
ده حقيقة انت انا معك من الصباح يعني انت لما تجي تقول لي
يا سليمان
لما تقول لي انت مين فتحت الشو ده انا قاعد معك انت مين فتحت الشو ده مين فتحته انا قاعد معك كله تقول لنا ايوه ما موجودين
يا ما هم
تقول لنا ايوه ما موجودين
always I want the request right away لكن كلام غريب انه الليله ده they don't want to request
لا عموما
تفضل عندك 3 دقيقة يا سليمان.
حاضر اول حاجه خليني اقول لك حاجه.
نعم
احنا يا جماعه الشو ده من اللي احنا فتحناه جونكور فتحنا معك سوا وكان هدفنا الاول احنا دايرين سلام.
يس
يا جماعه في كل الحروب اللي في العالم لما يعملوا اول حاجه لما الناس يجوا يقعدوا في مفاوضات اول حاجه بوقوه وقف اطلاق النار. ما ممكن الناس يكونوا دايرين يعملوا مفاوضات والحرب شغال. اللي يتوقع في الخرطوم سميه بكل الاشكال بتاعه لكن في النهايه ده هو وقف اطلاق النار. وده المدخل للتفاوض. انا قاعد استغرب الناس منزعجه من شنو؟ يعني انا والله من قبل مستغرب. يعني بعدين اخوتنا تريزا يا اخي الرئيس بتاع جبهه الخلاص موجود في الخرطوم. توماس شيرولو موجود في الخرطوم بيعرف اكثر من الكلام ده كله. ما شفنا طلع صرح.
انا ما دايرين نجور كلام طويل يا سليمان. I know لان I'm running out of time.
انا ما داير اقول انا ذاته ما جاي اقول حاجه. انا عارف انت ذاتك ما داير تسمع مننا حاجه. زول
نو
لا خلينا نقول واضح. قبل بتاع اسمع ما زول مولون ده قاعد يحدد ودار يحارب ودار شنو انت اديته ساعه كامل.
نو في سؤال انا داير اساله.
اسمع خليني اقول لك حاجه.
في سؤال داير اساله.
انت كالاتي يا جماعه كلامكم اللي دايرين تعملوه ده الحكومه بتاع التغنغرات المنو اللي دايرين يعملوه اللي دايرين يغيروا شنو ما ممكن يحصل الا في ظل سلام. يعني احنا ما ممكن نعمل الكلام اللي قاعدين تقولوه ده كله الا في ظل سلام. بس الكلام ده ببساطه كده. الناس المعارضين حتى الزول بتاع لاماكول قاعد نستغرب من الناس. يعني الجنوبيين ذاته قاعدين يحيرونا. واحد يجيك يقول لك انا جاي اتكلم بصفتي الشخصيه. تتكلم بصفتك الشخصيه كيف والرئيس بتاعك موجود في الخرطوم؟
لما كلنا شايفينه في الخرطوم. الاوراق دي اتمضت الناس دي كلها في الخرطوم. يقبل الكلام ده قاعد يجي من وين؟ يا جماعه خلونا نركز على حاجه. خلينا نخلص بس كلمتين.
ما داير اضيف كلام ده عشان اضيف فيه كلمتين. لو this Khartoum Declaration Peace Agreement لو ده decent و genuine okay if it's genuine ليه حكومه عمل اتاك لكم صباح في كجي
ده هو كلام المهم. اسمع، ده هو كلام اللي انت المفروض تقوله. طبعا في كل الحروب اي زول مين يعملوا حاجه اسمه وقف اطلاق النار، كل زول داير يمسك محل. انت متذكر احنا وكده عملوا وقف اطلاق النار بيننا مع خرطوم، مسكنا توريد من حكومه لما طلع من المفاوضات قال احنا ما بنمشي. بشير قال ما بفاوضكم الا ترجعوا لي توريد، خلي لهم توريده بدل المفاوضات. ده تكتيك عسكري معروف في كل الدول، في كل العالم معروف. خلينا جونكور انا بس عشان نطلع
السلام بهد ذاته ما بيأثر بعمليه السلام
اكيد. اسمع ليه، اسمع هسه كلامك ده الحكومه قاعده تجهز جيش في لوكلوكو. اسمع مني الكلام ده. الحكومه قاعده تجهز جيش في لوكلوكو من امبارح، دايرين يهاجموا المناطق بتاع بقاري وبسليه ومحلات الفواو. بفكره بتاعت شنو؟ بفكره بتاعت انه احنا نمسك الحاجات دي في كل الظروف، لو حتى اللي اسمه شنو فشل ان احنا بيكون عندنا دماغ. ده التفكير العسكري. لكن طبعا ده الحاجه الحاصل، لكن ده ما بيحصل. الشيء انا داير اقول عن البترول، انت عشان الخرطوم ما فكرت كده، فكرت انه تخضع كير كرت الضغط بتاع كير عشان ينفذ الاتفاقيه. شنو؟ الاقتصاد. خرطوم محتاج اقتصاد، جنوب محتاج اقتصاد. انت لو حس القروش بتاع البترول ده منو بيعرفوا قاعد يمشي وين؟ منو بيعرف؟ فالناس قاعد تتكلم بس. انا داير كالاتي عشان احنا ما نجود ساكت، عشان كلنا ما في زول يجي يقول كلام ساكت ويحبط الناس ويحبط الجنوبيين. خلي الناس احنا كلنا مسؤولين. عندنا تنظيمات، جيبوا زول مسؤول من التنظيمات ده يقول الكلام. يا جونكور اي زول من التنظيمات الموجوده في جنوب السودان ده موجود. الرؤساء ما تقول لي على مستوى، كل الرؤساء من اي رئيس بتاع التحالف قاعد يحارب موجود في الخرطوم. الاتفاقيه ده لو مضينا كلنا ما عدا زول واحد يا ما موجود، اللي هو مولون يا ما موجود في الاتفاقيه. لكن باقي الناس كلهم موجودين. انا ما داير اتكتر معك، انا بجي وقت انا بعرف بشرح انا داير اقول شنو. لكن اللي انا داير اقوله بس خلي الناس يدونا فرصه يبدو ذاته الاتفاقيه بتاعت الاسم شنو. طب حس الناس قاعدين يفاوضوا. الغريبه في الخرطوم حس الناس قاعدين يفاوضوا، المفاوضات شغاله 14 يوم. فخلينا ندي فرصه للناس. السلام عليكم يا جونكور.
ما في مشكله. شكرا يا سليمان، شكرا لاتصال لان الزمن داهمنا. يا اوف كورس next show انت بيكون عندك more time يا brother. لكن انا اصلا نحن لما نتكلم نحن دايرين حل جذري. ده الهدف بتاعنا. على العموم شكرا يا اخي عشان نقدر نجيب الزول الثاني ده المنتظر. And then we continue. Let me go ahead and نرجع لشارلز لان شارلز انا قلت لك انا برجع لك ولسه. So any peace. I'm not against peace in Khartoum. I'm not against peace anywhere. لكن هنا دايرين genuine peace. الغش ما كويس. انت يا ابونا وانت عارف كويس المفروض هنا نلقى يعني to be genuine في كل step اللي احنا فيه. We cannot just go with the crowd and do something that بكره we will suffer. Then ما دايرين يالنا suffer tomorrow. We don't want another problem, to kick in. So it's not because I'm against peace in Khartoum or against peace in anywhere. Like we need genuine peace. So peace in Khartoum, why not? Yes, we accept any peace. Mind your mission. Charles, I'm calling you. Go ahead and answer that call, please. Charles, go ahead and answer, please. Charles, you need to answer.
Brother, how are you, man?
Network بتاعك معلوم.
Network
بتاعك معلوم.
Network?
Network بتاعك is okay.
Oh yeah, I have a strong man. I have a strong signal at home. You know, my
Okay.
wireless is so
Go
strong.
ahead and continue.
Quiz.
Go ahead. Actually,
Let me.
zaman daham nana kandera jiptong jang lakin zaman bitana mesha yani. You know.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
you guys spend time so much. Tamaga something zaman quiz. You know, even Teresa Zara was
Fadal.
saving. You never divided. Let me say hi to your attendance, audience with that 209 for their attendance.
And by
So
the way,
a
go
lot of
ahead and
them.
share the video so that we can have a strange video. Go ahead and share it, please.
Yeah, I already shared it already. Yeah.
Fadal,
Some of them, they've been here for those almost 4 hours now. Hi to them, all of them, Teresa, David Mabur, Agany, and Lily, and Tongjang, and so on. Attila too. Well, it is great, man. Very good topic, hard topic. It's not easy to answer it, and it's not easy to give up with it. This is a very good debate. All the speakers today, they're debating with you about this topic. In fact, we love peace. You know, everybody love peace. But also, when you are talking about the peace, you need to watch out on the peace. What kind of peace are you leading to? And you know, we are Southerners. We have so many peace agreements are been dishonored in previous years ago. Yes, this is a big surprise to the Southerners that the framework of agreement of Khartoum agreement, because right now it's a framework. It's not peace yet. They call it the framework. But the thing is, the topic are changing. From the day one face-to-face meeting, it was 3 regions, and then the day 2, it turned to the economical and, you know, oil and protection and so on. So things are changing, and they have 2 weeks to be in Khartoum to discuss about it. So we don't know exactly where these are moving to. It. The alliance was opposing it, the alliance accepting it. So there's a lot of challenge, Brother Jongkor, on this piece, and everybody going to have his own way looking at it. To me, yes, I will say I have caution a little bit about it, a little bit caution about this piece, because the first question will ask why Khartoum rush to bring the Southerners together to come and accept this kind of framework. What was the behind about the Khartoum agreement? This is the thing we should should ask from us. And what is the relationship of the cooperation of 2012 when the Sudan signed with the Southerners? Okay, where this agreement is. So there's a lot of input here, and this agreement, in fact, it's not going to help Southerners. We can say it's good, but it's going to help the Northerners because Bashir has a lot of pressure. Bashir is leading to election on the 2020. So there's 1 year left, and tomorrow is going to be his anniversary for the 29 years as a leader of the Sudan. So tomorrow morning he will come up, and then he will say, "I bring peace to the Southern Sudan." But are we finished
Actually,
with Bashir?
today.
Yeah, it's already
Actually,
morning
today,
there.
in 1989.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So the question is, did we finish with the Bashir with the CPA, the real CPA, the comparative peace agreement? Did we finish with them? Did we finish the issue of ABA? Did we finish the issue of Blue Nile and the other areas? Okay. So did we finish with that? And why Bashir was so emotional about this agreement, and particularly to the oil field? For we say, yes, let us accept the peace, but there's a caution here, brother. And then let us come to our leaders. Now we have 2 leaders here. And you know Selfa is always changing the lane in the politics. You know, it's not in the one lane. Today he drive in this lane, tomorrow we'll change another lane, and until we go somewhere. Let's take it from Addis Ababa, what Selfa said, when he said that I cannot work with the Riek Machar. You know, what does it mean? And when he go to Khartoum, well, our people need peace. He said our people need peace. He never said that I can work with the Riek Machar in Khartoum. He never said, but he said our people are suffering. So there is something here, little bit contradiction here. In Addis, he said he cannot work with the Riek Machar. When he went to Khartoum, he said our people are suffering, need peace, our citizens. So that mean he never accept Riek Machar to go work with him. The reality is going to show up in coming week, brother. Look, let's wait in security arrangement. When the security arrangement, when the discussion of the security arrangement come, that's where you're going to know exactly what the color of the government is. Because why?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to allow Riek Machar to go and stay in Jebel like before, or they're just going to allow him to just stay in the residence. Are they going to allow Riek Machar with the forces to be in Juba or not? Okay, Riek Machar also have a pressure in his camp, you know, because he already knows what happened to him on 2016. Riek Machar will not accept this time to go to Juba without a tank, without heavy artillery. So, brother Jongkor, there's a, you know, this peace we're going to see exactly is it really peace or no?
Mm-hmm.
Because when it comes to the security arrangement, that's where we're going to see exactly where this peace is leading. But right now, we can say yes, let's just accepting it, but with the caution, you know, with the caution of it, because there's a lot of framework here. Also on the camp of the Selfa, because Selfa, he's the one who accepted the peace in Khartoum, but he never consulted his people in Juba. Okay, the same to the Riek Machar forces there. Riek Machar need to consult his camp also, you know. So everybody, there's a caution in two camps. You know, people of Riek Machar, they are thinking, you know what, this peace is a fake peace. The same thing back there in Khartoum. And let you believe what the information minister say, McQueen said the citizens in Juba, they are ready to pack to leave the country. Because why McQueen saying this? Because they know, McQueen knows there's something behind that there's a war is going to come. Like you said before, you said they're not going to accept the result. Don't talk about even election. Election is too far. The honor of the agreement, does Self going to honor it? This is the question here. You know, if Self going to honor agreement, this is what we are looking for. And I'm saying 2015 agreement was the best agreement than this agreement they are looking to it now. You know, and Self lost it. He lost that agreement. Because now, why they don't talk the revitalization peace agreement? Now, revitalization peace agreement is dead. They open something new. You know, it's a new agreement now, and this is ridiculous. That's what put people in question. You know, I'm worried about it because revitalization peace agreement, it was the best agreement for the whole Southern Sudanese. But this agreement right now, can I let me in the first proceed that Jongkor? If you look at it, I know people are not going to love it. Let us be realistic here. It are 75% of 75% of our people. You know, 75% from Dinka they love Salva Kiir, okay, and 75% from Nuer they love Riek Machar. If you look at this, your brother, this agreement is about two tribes. This is reality. We have to be faithful on this. This agreement is about two tribes. You know, they honor Dinka and they want to honor Riek Machar, okay, the Nuer people. But the issue now is not about the tribe. The issue we went beyond the tribe. You know, they should become beyond the tribe. And this is what worried people who really need peace. Because if we just pleasing all those two tribes every time, we please Nuer, we please Dinka, all right? And then we say, okay, peace. When the Nuer and Dinka was silent, then we said there's a peace in the country. This is dangerous, brother. This is dangerous. So we need inclusive, you know, the inclusive peace. I know the alliance was signed, but what they signed is just a framework. They never signed the detail of the peace, you know? Yeah, and also let's look at the international, like America. America is not a friend of Khartoum, like you know it. America is not a friend of Khartoum. So any peace come from Khartoum, America will reject it, will not accept it. And then we'll go back to the war. So what they are doing now, they want to put everybody in the country, let all opposition go to the country, and let's see. And then international going to watch it. So let's accept it, but with the caution. This is what I can tell you, our brother Jongkor. You know, on this, if you got a question, can ask me for it, just ask me.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of questions, Charles. But the reason that I spoke about the election, because we have been seeing for the course of the history what had happened in South Sudan between Riek and Kiir are the same people. You know, if you are really genuinely fighting for the reform for the people, to have democracy, to have stability and transparency, why would you negotiate yourself in the government to be part of that interim period? If you say that people of South Sudan love me and actually they will vote for me, why would you do that? When we ask the two leaders to step aside, because I know I am certainly, you know, know that they cannot work together. I know that. They can come here and show up, on the stage, that they can
Brother
get along.
Jongkor,
But when they go home, you will hear another story.
Brother Jongkor, let me cut you this. Let me tell you this. Let us be realistic, okay? There is no election going to come. Why I'm saying that? There's no election going to come. First of all, Riek and Salva, they are in one party, okay? They are in one party. So after this agreement, when they go back to the Juba, they're gonna open the issue of the SPLM back again, because the issue of the SPLM is going to come up. When the issue of the SPLM is going to come up, that tension of the 2008 is still going to rise up again. Okay. Riek is still going to be, still as a deputy chairman in the SPLM party. So the election here is too far away, my friend. Don't expect there's election coming on 2020 or 2021. There's no election here. This agreement is still the SPLM. This agreement, if you look at it now, is the SPLM agreement. Whether it's IO, is still SPLM. Whether it's what, is still SPLM. So the sign of election is not clear here. So I don't see there's election coming soon, my friend. So election is too far away. Because they will go back to the party.
Just an opinion. I'm giving an example, an opinion, in case if they can get along, if they work together. They are still, at the end of the day, when the election is conducted, if Kir is the president and Riek is the vice president, someone is going to complain, someone say, hey, election has been rigged, and now I have to mobilize my people, and then we have to go back to a cycle of violence. And that actually will not help the country. That's why we're saying that tackle the issue from the root cause. Tackle it from the root cause. No, you don't have to be president in order to have an influence, or in order to have something that to achieve for the people of South Sudan. You don't have to be a president. You can just be an advocate. You can just speak up. Now, simply when I do this, it doesn't mean that I need a position in the government. It doesn't mean I want to be something. People can call me names that they want to call. They want to, we want to be fame and we want to be popular and so on. But that's not the aim. The aim is to bring people together. That's what we do. The same thing, if you want to have a good influence in the country, you don't have to be, a champion. Being a champion, it doesn't qualify you to become a president. But our people are always, forgotten that.
Jongkor, the reason I'm saying there's no election here, Riek Machar is not going another party. Riek Machar is still the SPLM party. It's not IO. They are in opposition within the party. They are not a separate party. They are the SPLM. So if the peace comes, okay, Riek is going to go back to his, and Pagana Mom will come back to his, and then they will contest within the party. So the problem will come back again from the party, because before they go to the party, Selfa, it will not back down from the chairmanship of the SPLM party. And Riek Machar will still contest. So the issue here, before they go to the general election, there will be issue in the SPLM party. That's what I'm saying. There is no election here. There's no indication of election coming. So if people say, oh, you're going to have election, there's no election. How come you're going to have election without those guys? They need to compete within their own party before they can go outside of the party. This is my analysis, my friend. So let us accept this, but there's no peace coming. Okay, so you have 5 minutes left. I will give it to you, and then you can analyze it, my brother. And may God bless you, and God bless the audience.
Thank you so much, Charles. Kuntamana, fi concerned citizen of South Sudan, as usual. It's good to have you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and close this thing. And at the end, أنا بيتقدم خالص الشكر لكل الناس اللي سهروا, whether they are in Australia or in Sudan, in South Sudan, and you watch this show and come up with their own perspective. We are concerned, and if we are concerned, we have to speak up. The mistake is great, and we cannot allow this to happen, my dear brothers and sisters. This is our country. Former President of the United States said, my dear fellow American, whatever, do not ask what your country can do for you, but do ask what you can do for your country. And that's why we have to speak, This is what we can do. This is a simple thing that we can do to our country. We can have that brainstorm. We can give them advice. We can remind them. We can say, no, enough is enough. Our people have died for many years just for the greed of one man or two men. It's not going to take us anywhere. This is not the fight was all about. The fight was about justice, liberty, and prosperity. If you have forgotten, we are reminding you. And please, if we want to obtain peace, let us solve the problem from the root cause. Let us not just come on the next year and say, hey, this is a salam, and tomorrow we're going to go back to the world. So one more time, I thank you for being patient and in this program. نلتقيكم إن شاء الله الأسبوع الجاي. Thank you so much for being part of this. Without you, we wouldn't make it. إلى اللقاء الأسبوع القادم إن شاء الله. شكرا. Share it, please. If you have that opportunity, share it. Thank you. باي. لقاء إن شاء الله في الأسبوع القادم.